patriot, God-fearing patriot. Bryson, why they mad? Cause I'm real and they be faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it. Gun toting, Bible reading, God believing, truth speaking, American. This MAGA season, Democrats committing treason. I know they think it's sweet, but you don't know who you dealing with. It's for free thinkers only. You ain't got no membership. They free General Flynn out the cage, cause he innocent. Barton Roger Stone, cause the run know that he innocent. We need to kick out every single illegal immigrant. Mandatory voter ID laws we need to implement. Tell Jussie Smollett that I know this MAGA country. Tell China we know they tryna play us like some dummies. I looked deep into it and I did the math. Why did Obama send money to that Wuhan lab? What is George Soros doing with all of his cash? Why did China take that Harvard guy and drop him a bag? Why is there so much propaganda? Funny you ask. How about that Bill Gates vaccine? Now, sorry I'll pass, cause I'm a gun-toting patriot, God-fearing patriot. Bryson, why they mad? Cause I'm real and they be faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it. Gun-toting patriot, God-fearing patriot. Bryson, why they mad? Cause I'm real and they be faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it.
Good day. I am Richard Henry Lee of Virginia. I stood in the pews at St. John's Church when Patrick Henry cried, "Give me liberty or give me death." He and I believed that it was time for Virginia to lead, and we did. On June 7, 1776, I rose in Congress and declared, "These united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states." John Adams seconded. Congress postponed a debate till July 1st, but the words stood. A committee led by Jefferson shaped the Declaration from my resolution. Though absent for the final vote, I returned to sign the document that began our nation. I would go on to help draft the Articles of Confederation and serve as President of Congress. A man who loves liberty should never grant to rulers an atom of power that is not necessary for the safety and well-being of society. It is now yours to guard that liberty and grant to no government more power than is truly necessary.
Hey, Jimmy, we are
Hey,
live.
dude, hey, I tell you what happened to the funny video after that one?
Oh, so yeah, this week, no video. We're just gonna jump right into it and
I was
say
waiting
hello
on
to
it.
people.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Unrelenting Political Corner. Glad to have you here.
Yep, a lot of people came here early, so I'm gonna just say hi to everybody quickly. And then but you know what? Every single time I listen to the theme song, and I'm so glad that I have that song, is because no matter what we talk about, that song, it hits me a different way. So in one of the lyrics where he says, "What is George Soros doing with all of that cash?" And we're gonna talk
We're going
about
to talk about that.
love the song because we
Yeah.
talk about those things, and the
Yep.
song it just fits, like it just goes so well.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
so
saw one of the comments, Mrs. So much more, no much more, whatever. I
yes,
can't remember.
yeah,
Said she got here early. It felt like she was got to the convention before everybody else.
yes, Mrs. So Much More is back. She says, "Woot woot." Welcome to the chat, everybody. I'm gonna say hello to everybody in just a second, but we do have Bo in the background, so thank you so much for being here, Bo. We're gonna bring you up on stage when we get to that subject. So in about maybe 30 minutes.
Actually, go ahead and bring him in. Go ahead and bring him in. Yeah, bring him in.
Okay, here he goes.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Hey,
Yes, Bo. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys. Hey.
Hey.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. Thanks for being here this evening. Hey, I want to just let you know we're going to do some news before we get into the whole No Kings thing. So
Sounds good.
just want to let you know that. So if you want to stay on for the news and everything, you're more than welcome to stay here. But if you want to jump off and come back on, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do. I'd like to have you on. So,
I'll hang out with you guys.
all right, cool. All right, cool deal. All right, Rudy.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, Jimmy, so do you want him on the stage with us or
Yeah,
backstage?
yeah.
Okay,
Keep
I'll
him
leave
with
him
us.
right
Keep him
there.
with us.
All right. All right, cool. So I'm gonna leave you right there. All right, so just a quick hello to everybody. Let's see who's here. John Marciano, Rosie, Dallas, Dan, Leonard, Rosie, Justin, Mick, JG, who else? Beverly. Let me see. Dehydrated Nurse. Very good. Everybody's here. Okay, so that sums it up for now. If anybody else join the chat, I'll see you there. The chat is also on the screen with us. Welcome everybody. So yeah, we're gonna kind of just dive into it. And Jimmy finally has a list of news to actually go through instead of just winging it every Tuesday like
Yeah.
we've been doing.
So for those that have watched the show, the first season, you're familiar with the news blasts.
Mhm.
And Enoch finally started posting the news blast, and I sent him a message and said, "Oh my God, thank God you're doing these again, because the audience on our show really likes these news blasts. I hope you don't mind that we use that." And he said, "Yeah, man, not a problem. Go ahead and use them." So that's pretty cool.
That's nice.
So, but I want to let, before we do that, I'm going to just ask folks, if you find the information that we present to you guys useful, valuable, informative, please share it on your platforms. I got so many messages this week asking if we were doing a show,
Mhm.
and it's only because I'm not on Facebook, and I was able to promote the show, remind people about it, and things like that. So, if some of y'all are willing to help us out there and do that for us, and get the message out, we would appreciate that.
Yes. And to keep up with Jimmy, go to his X page. That's where he's more active now, or the YouTube. So if you need to reach Jimmy or see his page, no more Facebook. So go straight to X.
Yeah, go to X. That's where I'm putting
Yeah.
everything right now.
Yeah,
So,
good. Okay, so it's been a long time since we've listened to Jimmy's intro, and I'm so happy to bring it back. I'm so happy to bring it back. So I'm gonna play your intro, Jimmy.
have you seen the intro, Bo?
Oh, you gotta unmute, Bo.
I have not.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, this
Oh
will be-
Lord. All right. Well, this was like an experiment of mine. I wanted to kind of make the show more fun. So I did a little intro for Jimmy. So here it goes.
Welcome everyone to the news segment brought to you by the UPC, where the political pulse never seems to rest. Our trusted anchor is ready to break down the latest developments shaping the nation. Reporting live from North Carolina, welcome Jimmy Bell.
I have seen it. It's fantastic. I'm very impressed with it. I have seen it before. I didn't realize that what you guys were talking about. It's good. It's good. It's really good. I really like it.
That makes me tear up every single time. Like I feel so embarrassed. I mean, when I was making it, it was great. It was fun. And then now
No,
listening to
there's
it every
nothing
single time,
embarrassing
it
about it.
kills me.
It's gold.
I love it. It cracks me up every time. So,
Me too.
all right. After a long hiatus of not having the news blast, they are back. And we are going to start with Friday. We got Friday, we got the weekend, and we got Monday. Now, there's some things in here that we do have clips for. There's some things in here that we are going to discuss after we're finished with the news segment. That's where, Bo, you'll come in and we'll talk about what we were talking about. So let's get right into it. Friday. Oh, before I start, I'll say this. If you find something interesting on here, go look it up for yourself and educate yourself on it. Since I can't educate you on every freaking little detail in here. So, all right, let's get started. Friday, October 17th. Trump commutes the sentence of George Santos. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't paid much attention to the whole George Santos thing. So to me, it's just one of them stories out there. I'm sure there's something to it and people are freaking out about it still, but whatever. Trump meets with Zelensky at the White House.
Oh my God. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know this until the other day. 1,600 displaced in Anchorage after remnants of Typhoon Halong struck Alaska. I didn't even know there was anything going on up there until I saw a TikTok and somebody said no one's paying attention to what's going on in Alaska. People's houses were being washed down the rivers, kind of what was happening in North Carolina last year at this time. But no one was talking about it. White House joins Blue Sky and immediately trolls Trump opponents. I don't know what Blue Sky is. Is it a social media platform? Does anybody know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the left-wing version of Twitter. It's like they made their own thing after the whole Elon stuff. I think
Oh,
that's
really?
what. Yeah. Yeah. So all the liberals kind of migrated to Blue Sky in like protest of Elon's, free
Do
Twitter.
you have any
I mean,
numbers of how many people they have? Like, is it relevant or is it just like something they did and it's kind of a joke?
no,
I don't know.
I think it's legit. Like they, like I said, I think it was like in protest.
Yeah, I don't
I think
know.
that's
I thought
what
they
happened.
created threads. They created threads right after they did. Elon took over Twitter. I didn't know anything about Blue Sky.
Yep, yep.
Are you looking anything up on it?
Yeah, really quickly, I'm gonna open it up just to see what it kind of looks like. Oh, wow, it's like a no, no, no. No, it's showing me the Twitter page of them. No, I want the app. Where's the app? Okay, so it kind of looks like this. I'll just show you what it looks like on what I'm looking at. It's almost like a copy and paste of what Twitter is basically. Like the concept is the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. But I know of it because it was like all the lefties were going over there.
Wow. Okay. I knew nothing about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
social media platform. Yep.
Okay.
hmm
Well, he's trolling people over there. Trump urges Trump urges Navy veteran to challenge GOP Representative Thomas Massey for Kentucky seat. Yeah, we've had our conversations about Mr. Massey. Um,
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, how you have like is infighting in the same party. Like Trump should be on his side, in my opinion. Like that's confusing, but whatever.
yeah, it depends though, if because remember we talked about the Rhino side of the Republican Party being exposed too. So I don't know if he's part of that. Bo, do you have any comments about Thomas Massey?
Or an opinion, because
An opinion? Yeah.
Well,
You
the
know,
only opinion that I would really have is he's a Republican, right?
yeah.
yeah,
And Trump is not supporting him, and that's what.
right.
Is there a reason that Trump is saying that he doesn't support him? Did he do something? That's the first thing I would be looking at, because typically, my opinion is when Trump decides that he's not going to sponsor somebody, there's a
hmm
good reason. They're associated with rhinos. They have something really nasty in their background, or something's not right,
hmm
or they just stabbed him in the back. And if that's the
hmm
case,
hmm
why should he back them up when they chose not to back him up? Is my opinion about it. But then,
Right.
I mean,
hmm
I wouldn't want. But then
hmm
again, the infighting isn't good. But if he's not really
hmm
one of us, then is it
hmm
really infighting, or are we trying to get somebody out that doesn't belong here? It's a rhino.
That's,
That's the only thought that I have when I
hmm
see that.
hmm
okay.
Okay, good and fair enough. But I think okay. So you know what, Bo? So next Tuesday, w- we'll get like an updated. If you could join us again, just look into it a little bit. Because that's the vibe I'm getting is like whoever Trump doesn't feel is 100% with him, then he turns on them. Whereas Macy is America first, and I was expecting kind of like, hello, he's one of us. But that's why I felt like Trump was betraying that almost. So there is both sides. So we'll give you some time, kind of look into it, and then next Tuesday just give us a quick update because I'm interested in
I
your
will add it
opinion.
to my homework list.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, Jimmy, go
All
ahead.
right. Trump asked the Supreme Court to allow National Guard deployment in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get it. Trump extends tariff relief for the U.S. auto industry. Prince Andrew to give up the Duke of York title and honors. That
I
is
got stuff
huge.
to say.
Do it. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So
go
his
ahead.
title is being given up, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So there is a book that's coming out that is from one of Epstein's victims.
Yep.
And he is going to be, it's already being mentioned that he's in it
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that she was trafficked to him. And that's the reason why he's dropping his title and stuff.
Good.
That's what people are saying. Because
Mhm.
I just heard about this today. I don't know how long it's been in the social feed, but I mean, do you guys know who I'm talking about? The one that was hit by the bus and was murdered.
Yes,
And then,
yeah.
Virginia. Yep.
yeah, it
Mhm.
was her book. I couldn't remember her name, but
Mhm.
you know, the one that said, "I won't commit suicide," and then all of a sudden
Mhm.
she's committing
Mhm.
suicide. We all know what really happened, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yep.
My speculation. So that's what's happening with that, which I think is really, really interesting. Now, I heard that the king is going to pass away. When he does,
Mhm.
the prince that is taking his position does
Mhm.
not like that family member
Right,
and
William.
is not
Mhm.
standing behind him. And I
Mhm.
heard from the grapevine of these people talking about this, and I'm not super to take it with a grain of salt, that they might pull his protection away and send him out to the wolves.
Yeah,
And I'd be
I believe it.
very interested to see if that really happens, because that
Mhm.
really never happens, especially with royal families.
Yeah.
Right.
There's also another thing. It was for Monday, but since we're talking about Prince Andrew, on Monday, Prince Andrew's being investigated for allegedly asking the bodyguard to get accusers' personal information.
Mhm.
So there's that. That was on Monday.
Mhm.
But yeah, Prince Andrew. If folks, if you haven't investigated the stuff that Prince Andrew was involved in, you might want to do that. And one of the
Mhm.
names to look at too would be Rachel Chandler. That's
Okay.
a name that folks need to get familiar with.
Okay.
Rachel Chandler.
Mhm.
So you know about that though, don't you?
I don't know about Rachel, but I did know the basics about the Prince Andrew and Virginia connection, Epstein connection. I was really heavy with the royal family. I was a royalist for a while until I realized how dumb that is. um, so yeah, I dived a little bit, but Rachel is new, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, you're gonna hear more about that dude and that
So
whole situation.
with the Rachel situation,
Mhm.
that's the woman that they were targeting, wasn't it? With
She was she was one of the targets, but she was also working with Epstein.
Is she
Mm,
one
So
of the 7 that supposedly is like going to testify?
I don't know.
Okay,
okay.
because when I hear that, I was thinking that she was one of the ones that was one of the girls that was brought to the island. There's like 7 or 9 of them, and that supposedly they're like telling their story.
Yeah, I don't think she's because I seen something years ago that because her last name Chandler, but if you drop
Mhm.
the C, Handler.
Hmm.
So she kind of did the same thing that Ghislaine Maxwell was doing, was pulling these girls in, grooming them to be involved in the Epstein stuff.
Did you hear the thing about the woman that we were just talking about, the one that died, got hit by the bus? Did you
Yeah,
hear
Mhm.
that she was saying that they were offering to pay her to give birth to a child and then give the child to Epstein and his Maxwell?
yeah,
Did you hear
I
this
heard that.
part?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What? I
Yeah,
did
oh,
yeah,
not
and
hear
she
that.
said that she wouldn't do it because she said, "My gosh, what happens if it's a girl? Then you
Mhm.
know what he's gonna do to her."
yeah,
Yeah, it
Wow.
was pretty disturbing.
yeah. Once people start to hear the stuff about Epstein and basically what was going on at his New Mexico ranch, um, involving the same thing that Bo just talked about.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, it's bad. And
Wow.
what he was doing in New Mexico, was the same stuff that they've been doing in Ukraine.
Oh my God. You see how everything connects? It's like this
Yes.
web of evil, which
Yeah.
is why I always talk about eradicating the evil. They all have to go, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I don't want to
Yeah.
promote violence or anything, but they all need to be done away with.
Correct. Correct.
Oh my God. Okay, Jimmy.
All right. China expels top military commanders in latest anti-corruption purge. So I find that very interesting because Trump's been doing the same thing with our military, getting rid of people that, anti-corruption. Yeah, it's happening there too in
Okay.
China. I find that interesting.
Okay. Why?
Why?
Yeah. I
Be-
mean, isn't that a good thing?
because, okay, so yeah, for me, because if you remember, we've talked about that there's a deep state in China as well. You got the CCP.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you got the CCP, which is the deep state of China, and then you got the PRC, the People's Republic of China. And allegedly, Xi is working with Trump. And so it would make sense for Xi to clean out his military and get rid of the CCP influence that would be in the PRC.
Could I interject on this?
Absolutely.
So, what you're talking about, the other angle that I was thinking about, and just kind of give it a thought for a second.
Yeah.
Before Russia had its war with Ukraine, right? What was the first thing, the first year, what did we realize was happening with Russia's military that we didn't expect? The fraud.
That the Russian military was getting ready to turn on Putin. That factions of the military.
Well, besides that, that entire branches were committing some of the largest cases of fraud we'd ever seen in the military. That was what came out with the first year with Russia. So there's an example, like the entire budget to refix some of the Navy ships, the destroyers, was completely gone and missing, and they couldn't figure out where. And then Putin executed some of those generals that were doing that, but they had been doing this for a very long time. And so there were soldiers that were supposed to get like weapons and gear, and World War II equipment showed up instead. And they were supposed to get state-of-the-art body armor, which was able to withstand American cavalry like weaponry. And this is something that we were really worried about. It's like a special bodysuit, but we never saw it. Like Russia claimed they built it, claimed they had it, and then we find out that yeah, it was basically sold off to we don't know where by Putin's own military to who we don't know who, and it never showed, even if it was ever built. That same exact issue, I think, is happening in China, but probably on a bigger scale. And now that China is actually preparing for war, they're realizing that their supply lines are not really there. They're on the books, but they're not physically there. And now they're figuring out that that's happening, and they're cleaning house because you can't function. You don't. They learn their lesson with what happened to Russia, and they don't want to do the same thing. They don't want to do the same thing that Russia did. And I
Gotcha.
kind of think that that might be what is going on.
You know, that's interesting. You know what I saw just yesterday about China? Can you name the last war that China was involved in?
They have World War I or
Okay.
World War II.
Let's say in the last 60 years.
If I recall right, and it's probably not, I don't recall them ever being in any actual conflict at all.
They were in one conflict in the last 65 to 70 years. Make the cutoff point.
No, yeah, I know what you're about to say. I'm sorry, I'm totally wrong. This is the 1 million slaughter.
It was the 1 month. It was for 1 month, and they fought Vietnam.
Yep.
That was it.
Yeah, and that's where they lost 1 million troops. They just sent them down the line, and they got obliterated.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that is the only war that China has been in. So I know that people, the media is trying to play it up to, China and US, it's going to be a war between those two nations. But I also think that was part of the 16-year plan. The 16-year plan you were going to have North Korea started off, and then China, the CCP part of it, was going to step in, and then there would have been a war with the United States. So, in my opinion, I think it's a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of propaganda out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mhm.
don't think, me personally, I don't think China's going to go to war with the United States
Agreed.
because Xi and Trump, I do believe, are working together along with Putin.
Okay.
So with that being said, the part about that makes me agree with this, even though the war scenario I just discussed, is the fact that their economy is like mostly based with us. So if
Yeah,
they go to war with us, that immediately cuts off their funding.
yeah,
And then, like when I think about that, I'm like, okay, like they have a monstrous population. They have
Mm-hmm.
a huge industry. We're the main backer of that industry, and if we go to war, that means basically
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be relying on who? Russia,
Mm-hmm.
the Middle East. Like the Middle East and China don't really get along very well. I don't really see Europe even being able to be really an acceptable market. And then who else are they going to go to? Mexico, Canada? Like none of these places really seem like it would be relevant to acquire like funds. Like
Right.
we're the cash cow here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, correct.
It would seem like a death knell for them
Mm-hmm.
because the American consumer, I mean, how much stuff do we have? I mean, you can go look in your house right now, and probably 95% of the stuff you have is made in China.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing about that though is on the like if you're going like scary side of things is we're so dependent on them. Maybe they have more influence than we realize behind the scenes because we know that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you guys have talked about the issue with the rare earth minerals and the
Yeah.
conductors that they own. Like depending on which area you're in, they own between 80, 90, and 100% depending on what section you're in,
Hmm.
and that's kind of terrifying. Because those conductors run everything that is advanced electronics, all your computers,
Mm-hmm.
our night visions, everything that we are dependent on needs those things, like your smartphones. And I'm like, you take that away from us, and like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that advanced technology becomes pretty useless.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby, since we
Mm-hmm.
have started off pretty well, I think, this evening, what is the chat saying so far? Let's check in with the chat.
Yeah, so JG says, what about bricks?
Okay. All right. Um, let me write that.
Um,
Let me write that down for homework to talk about bricks
yeah.
because I'm not completely knowledgeable enough to
Mm-hmm.
share the information on that.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that they want to get away from the U.S. dollar, so there's that. So, what else we got in
Yep.
the chat?
John Marciano says Putin Trump summit on hold.
Okay.
King of Dots says, I don't think we know crap. They just give us a delusion of being in the know. Gotta read really well between the lines.
You do have to read between the lines on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then some other people saying hello. Joseph is in the chat. Debbie in the chat.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Empith just joined us. Hello, Empith. And Mr. So Much More says, now we know what to invest in.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. I've been thinking about like semiconductors and stuff. I'm like, that's the future. I should,
Yeah.
if I had spare money, that's where I'd be going. But
Yeah.
I have
I
kids.
agree. If I knew how to do it, I would do. Yeah. I just don't know how to start buying stuff like that.
Okay, write it down, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Homework.
not
Write
the
that down.
conductors themselves, but the material to make the conductors, but
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
or the
But like
plants that
he
actually
needs to know
do
like
it.
how to invest it. So Jimmy wants to
Oh,
know
yeah.
the avenues and how to do that. So he should write that down. Um, go ahead, Jimmy.
All right. So we got a few more for Friday. President Donald Trump drops the F bomb. Did you see
Oh
that?
my God, no! And
It's
like,
great.
what is it this time? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So,
Like, why is that
okay.
news?
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So just do a quick search.
Oh
It's
Lord.
only like 20 seconds. Trump drops F bomb about, oh God, who was it about? Was it Ukraine? No, 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 no. Venezuela. Venezuela.
Ah, okay. Okay. Let's see. Drop F bomb. Let's see. Because this is like what the third time. Like I'm done with this. Okay, let me see. On national television while discussing Venezuela. Okay, so let me play the clip.
Things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
That's my president.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's
Okay.
telling it how it is, and they hated that.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
hate that. All right, that's
Okay.
fun. All right, government shutdown becomes third longest in history. A point that I saw about that during the first shutdown in Trump's first term, he
Mhm.
actually lost 3 points in approval.
Okay.
And this time around, he's actually gained a point in approval. So this
Mm.
shutdown is not hurting Trump and MAGA. It's not
I
hurting.
personally think that this shutdown was going to be done, and they were hoping that it was going to lead into the No Kings thing. And they were
Mhm.
hoping, in my opinion, that it was going to get people that are, you know, currently not working, government officials to be like, oh my gosh, look what you've done. But I think it backfired really bad. And
Mhm.
I think that they had the idea that they were going to be able to look like heroes. And then why they're not working with the Republicans, because they want to give this money to these illegals, and
Mhm.
now everyone knows it. And I don't
Mhm.
I don't know why or how they would think that it was not going to get out what they were doing. And
Mhm.
I think that honestly, I think they're so delusional and
Yep.
completely separated from the modern man. Because if you
Mhm.
look at the people that are protesting, they're old,
Yep.
white, wealthy
Yep.
individuals
Oh,
who
we're
have
gonna talk
no
about it.
idea, don't work. Yeah. So I won't go there, but I'm just saying, I
Mhm.
think that that was a
Mhm.
big mistake, in my opinion,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that it backfired. And I don't think it's going to just backfire. I think it's going to go down as one of the biggest mistakes they have ever made.
Yeah, we're definitely, hold that thought because we're definitely going to talk. We got clips and everything for this tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna dive into
So,
it.
yeah, and you did a video about this too just recently, Bo, right?
I made it like the day that I saw this stuff, you know, what was going on,
Mhm.
and then I just released it this morning.
Okay.
I was
Mm.
like, there was so much I wanted to say about it, but I was like, no, I got to be careful because they're monitoring my channel really, really hard right now because they're
Mhm.
trying to demonetize me again and remove me. So I had to be super careful what I put on there.
Well, so far, I don't think we have any strikes on our channel anymore, do we, Ruby?
No, that was just my channel, and that was a very long time ago. But just so
Yeah.
that everybody knows, like this is not monetized to begin with, so we don't
Yeah.
really care. We don't
Oh,
really
I
care over
didn't mean
here.
to say monetize. I apologize. What I
But
meant is they were giving me strikes.
Okay.
okay,
Sorry,
okay,
I
yeah,
misspoke. I was thinking of my other channel that's not relevant. Yeah,
right, okay, okay. Well,
yeah,
here we don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
We're straight up open. So,
yeah,
whatever was on your mind that you were being careful about,
you could say it
you,
here. Yeah.
yeah, you ain't got to
Oh
do
yeah, yeah.
that.
When we get there, I will tell you my opinion about what was going
Awesome.
on.
All
Okay.
right. So let's continue with Friday. Trump confirms submarine attack in the Caribbean,
Mhm.
going after the drug cartels, which I support 100%.
Mhm.
If you know these people are trafficking drugs and you've got the intel, take them out.
Mhm.
We're done playing. Done
Right.
playing with
Right.
these people.
Can I say
Mhm.
something about this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So okay, now the submarine that they're taking out. Now let's be honest about the cartels and submarines. I know people in the Navy, and they have said that there is no way that any sub can ever get close to our shores at all without being noticed. Now,
Mhm.
some shit thing that they threw together and that they're using to transport drugs is obviously not military grade at all, not even close. Why on earth did our Navy not destroy these things in the past? That's the first thing that's making me go, okay,
Mhm.
well, We know you've been doing it, and we know for a fact that you have the equipment. We know the sonar is picking it up, and you had the opportunity to destroy them in the past, and you didn't.
Right.
Why? That's
On
the question.
purpose.
Oh, I can
Mm-hmm.
answer that.
Go ahead.
Because our military was being controlled by deep state players in our government.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they were being allowed. I mean, that's why you had all these people coming across the border because they were being allowed to do it.
Do you think they were told to stand down and to allow these things to pass?
Absolutely, I do.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes,
But if they
100%.
disobey an order like that, then they're in
Court
trouble, right?
martial, you lose everything, you go to jail if you're
Yeah,
Right.
lucky, or get executed.
Right. So what sense does that make if that's not so what would be the word if the higher ups are telling you to stand down, but that violates the Constitution?
yeah.
That's a good
That's
point.
where you would have to have brave military leaders step up and say stuff. But a lot of them, they get threatened, they get blackmailed.
Hmm.
Just like politicians, you can have blackmail on a general.
Okay, so that's what doesn't make sense. So that for me would be the ultimate corruption when the authorities would put you in jail for following the Constitution. Like that's the law of the land, right? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that to people for years.
Yeah, that's why I don't like none of this. I don't like none of it. Mm-mm.
All right. Trump appointed prosecutor oust two more top attorneys from Virginia office. Good. And the last thing for Friday, Bolton pleads not guilty. This John Bolton thing,
Mhm.
very important to be paying attention to because it ties into the whole Russia collusion hoax, ties
Mhm.
into the whole treason gate, Obama gate that he's
Mhm.
involved in. So that's a huge thing. And I saw this evening that the DOJ, was it the DOJ or the FBI? The FBI has sent over to the DOJ information on John Brennan, holding him open for criminal indictment. So I do believe John Brennan's going to be next. So we have James Comey, we have John Bolton, Brennan, Clapper. Those two are on the chopping block. Yeah, you got Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, all these people. I think we're going to see all these indictments come out on these people. It's starting. It's starting.
Jimmy, can I
Okay.
ask a question about this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I had heard something, and it was just in passing, saying that there is a possible connection with Adam Schiff to this.
Yes.
Have you heard this?
Yes.
Because to
Adam
me,
Schiff's involved. Yeah.
I think that guy is one of the big players, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, he is.
I think if you're going to, like, whatever you want to call it, the octopus or deep state, I think that
Mhm.
he is one of the heads.
Mm.
Well, his last name Schiff, that goes all the way back into the I think into the 1700s. His family has been involved in corruption for centuries.
Wow. Not some national treasure stuff. Go. Have you seen
I
that
mean,
movie?
but I think you can do a quick search, Ruby. Look up the name Jacob Schiff. I think
Jacob.
it was Jacob Schiff.
Okay, so let me see real quick. Jacob Schiff.
Yeah, Chiff.
FF. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, from the 1800s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Wikipedia page pulled it up. Okay, so he was let me see if this is the right one. He was a German-born American banker and
Yep.
businessman.
Yep.
Okay.
Always
Okay,
the
he
bankers.
migrated. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
serious.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Um, okay, so he migrated to the United States after the American Civil War, enjoyed the firm, and then they put the name there from his base on Wall Street. He was the foremost Jewish leader from 1880 to 1920, in which later became known as the Schiff era. Okay. Grappling with all major Jewish issues and problems of the day, including the plight of Russian Jews, American and international anti Semitism, Oh Lord.
So yeah, y'all go look him up. But there's
Yeah.
a couple of things there. Banker, like Bo said, and Jewish,
Yep.
and the Schiff name has been tied to all this, and Adam Schiff is in that line. So yeah, that's why Trump. That's why Trump points him out quite a bit
Okay.
to get people to realize that you really need to be looking at this guy because he's a scumbag. So
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right,
Okay. Anything else,
so
Jimmy?
oh yeah, we got Saturday, we got the weekend, and we got Monday.
Okay.
I've missed doing these. So, but
Yeah.
before we do Saturday, let's check on the chat. We like to check in
Okay.
on them about every 10 minutes.
Okay, so let's see. King of Dots says ABC has just reported a dangerous radical arrested in his shed for illegal air pollution. I hope they informed you. Did you hear about that?
See what? Hold on. What? What did he say?
That somebody was arrested in his shed for illegal air pollution? I don't know.
I think he might be referring. Okay, I know how he likes to joke around and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't know if he's referring to
yeah.
me being in my shed and
Yeah, yeah.
smoking. That could be what he's referring to. I don't know,
Oh gosh, King of
but it
Dots.
sounds like it. King of Dots. Am I
Yeah, he fools
right?
around too much. Okay, well, Empit's lady says the shifts are part of the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
Some of those that went to Jekyll Island.
Yep.
Okay. John
Yep.
Marciano says shift probably connection to the bloodlines, aka Illuminati, fake, LOL, Rothschild. Yeah,
Correct.
it sounds like a movie. Like it sounds like a movie. Did you see that movie with Nicolas Cage and National Treasure? I used to be obsessed with them, and he like goes back into time and connects all the dots and things like that. That's what it feels like to me.
To be honest with you, I need to actually go back and watch those movies now
Hmm.
that I'm awake. Because I don't even think I really watched them. I think I might have watched the first one,
Hmm.
but it's been so long that I would like to maybe go rewatch them and be like, holy crap.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah. So, because there weren't there like three of them?
Yeah, yeah, they were pretty good. I used to love them. I was obsessed. But I liked the connection between the old times and like the old presidents and then modern day. And
Yeah.
he's going on that
Yeah.
hunt and he's hunting and they're finding clues and stuff. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like all of this is just connected in a way that I don't like it, but then I like it. Like it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a movie, but then it's scary in real life.
What have I been saying? We're
I
watching a
know, I know.
movie. We're
Yeah,
watching a
but I don't
movie.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just the reality.
Well, I don't want to be a part of it, basically. Okay, like I do the show because I want to talk about it, right? But
Right.
I don't want to be a part of that because I'm
I got
so
you.
anti everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be me on my island. Like leave me alone. I want to isolate and just
You're
focus
not the
on
only
work.
one that feels that way, Ruby. We all,
Right.
I mean, we all just want to go live off the grid and just disappear
Yeah,
from everybody.
exactly. That's what I mean.
So,
Like,
we get that.
yeah. All right, go ahead, Jimmy.
All right, so let's go into the weekend of October 18th and 19th. Secret Service uncovered a suspicious hunting stand with a direct line of sight to where Trump exits Air Force One at the Palm Beach International Airport.
All right.
So they showed that's on X. They showed pictures of the stand and everything. So
Mhm. Mhm.
Trump boards Air Force One quickly using small stairs due to increased security measures. Trump calls on Russia and Ukraine to freeze war at current battle lines. IDF conducts strikes in Gaza. There's another update on that here in a second.
Mhm.
Did you want to say something, Ruby?
No, no, no. I'm listening. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Louvre robbers swipe jewels once worn by French royalty. Oh, didn't hear about that.
Oh,
Cargo.
I did.
Did you? Do you know
Uh-huh.
anything about it?
Okay,
Yeah, there was
yeah,
a heist, right?
it's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
Yep.
So they stole the a bunch of jewels. One of the big ones was
Mhm.
the crown of France. Okay,
Mhm.
so this takes place, right? So they not only they do it, they just walked in and did it, and
Mhm.
What?
nobody stopped them.
Mhm.
and they took a big giant like one of those little like trucks that has the big like ladder. They just went up. They parked it in front, and
Mhm.
just walked in, went in there, cut it open. No guards, no nothing, no alarms went off, nothing. They stole everything. They dropped the French crown like in the gutter, like around the side of one of the buildings, right? And nobody
Mhm.
has any idea who these people are, where it went, when it done. Now it's
Right.
obviously an
Right.
inside job. And so people
Mhm.
were pointing out that the security person that has recently taken over is some kind of woke woman, and
Mhm.
they're making all these jokes about it. Now, okay, this is the part that I think is kind of relevant, but then maybe not,
Mhm.
is I won't say it, but there's a certain religious organization you guys are familiar with who their nonprofit status is being removed from this country. And I just said the name of it,
Mhm.
France. And
Mhm.
that's coming out. And then all of a sudden, this little incident is coming around the exact same time.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I'm not saying they did it. I'm not saying they involved, but it just seems like kind of weird coincidence that that country is the one. Then their priceless artifacts are the ones that got stolen.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Coincidence? I don't know.
Right. Let
Hmm.
me
Come
play
on.
a quick clip to
Yeah.
describe that. I just found it on X, so let's watch it.
There was a massive heist at the Louvre today in Paris. Movie type stuff. Ocean's 11, National Treasure type stuff going on here. When thieves entered the museum, when it was open, broad daylight, stole crown jewels from like Napoleon type years. It took them 4 minutes. This is going to be a movie one day. This all went down this morning. The museum opened at 9:30, and that's when they hit it. Broad daylight. Thieves show up in this van. On top of the van is this ladder. It extends to the top of this exhibit that is under construction. The officials described this as a professional 4-minute operation. The thieves smashed display cases and fled with priceless Napoleonic jewels from the Louvre. The Louvre, how do you get inside? What? They entered through the Apollo Gallery, as you can see right here. According to this video from a French television network, it looks like they were dressed as construction workers, went in, smashed it, got what they got, and left. Obviously, there is a manhunt underway right now for the thieves who got away on high-powered scooters. You know those Europeans.
Oh my God.
They do. Every TV show that I watch that has Europeans in it, French, Italians, they love those little scooters. While getting away, the thieves dropped one of the things they stole, which is this crown of Napoleon III's wife. And because it fell out of a bag or something, it's broken now. But the most fascinating thing is they left the most expensive item in the entire collection there, a 140 karat diamond from an emperor or something. Absolutely outrageous stuff. This is something that will be made into a movie. I need the documentary right now. I need it. My question now is, the thieves, obviously this is an operation, they're trying to make money. How are they gonna make, who are they gonna sell it to? If French officials think they're never gonna get this back, who are they selling it to? And how much are they gonna get? They said it's priceless. I mean, what's even the market for this? I want to know about the world that buys stolen goods like this. How does the Louvre get broken into? The National Treasure, Nicolas Cage, Oceans
Yup.
11, 12, 13. This is the plot for Oceans 14.
Yep.
Why is the glass case not bulletproof? They're supposed to be. That's the part that really gets to me about this is like,
Mhm.
okay, now you go in there, we're gonna go smash glass. Yeah, that makes sense if you're going to a jewelry shop, but these places, those are made of bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how did they just go in there and just shatter it? That's the question that I'm asking that people should be asking, in my opinion.
It's a movie,
You
like
know,
he said. It's a movie.
when we have stories pop off, Trump, getting shot in Butler, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, I always have an initial reaction. And sometimes it's pretty on point. This right here, my initial reaction on this shit's an inside job.
Of course. As soon as
Complete.
I didn't even need to read the article. I just knew it was by just listening to the
I mean,
setting.
how in the world are you going to park something like that in front of the Louvre at 9:30 in the morning and they just let it happen?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
come on. Wow. Okay. I did not know about that, but Bo, thank you for sharing more about that. Ruby, appreciate you looking up that clip because I had no clue about this.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's funny. I'll keep my ears out for that. Okay. All right. Wow.
Mhm.
Cargo plane skids off Hong Kong airport runway into the sea. Trump calls Colombia's Petro an illegal drug leader and announces tariffs and an end to U.S. aid. Excellent.
Mm.
Squeeze those cartels. You got anything to say about that, Bo?
Squeeze those cartels.
No, about the.
No, I mean I'm totally saying exactly what you said. You squeeze
Oh, okay.
those cartels.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. Believe me, there's no love lost in my opinion with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the
Yes.
last thing for no, I'm sorry, it's not the last thing for the weekend. My bad. 1 dead, 13 injured in hit and run at children's birthday party in Maryland. That's freaking sad. Patrol car hit by shrapnel during Marine Corps live fire demo. I think that happened in California. Bolivia elects center-right Rodrigo Paz as president. China accuses U.S. of cyber attack on National Time Center. I heard a little bit about that today on the Right Report, but I kind of tuned out a little bit when he was talking about it. So
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Over
Yesterday?
over the weekend, and I was listening to the Right Report this morning. And I don't know, I listen to the Right Report when I'm taking a shower, getting ready for the day. And sometimes when I'm in the shower, my mind starts wondering about other stuff. And then I'm not paying attention what Davis or what Brian is saying on this podcast. I have to go back and listen to that.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you see this thing from Sue saying something about Jimmy? Talk to me.
Yeah, so Sue in the chat, Jimmy, would like to talk to you. So if you're listening, Sue, you can reach Jimmy. His contact information is in the description. I think I put his email there, his X page, because he's not on Facebook anymore. So
No.
I think Sue wants to reach you. So
Okay. You're more than welcome to type in my email address to the
okay, yeah,
chat.
let me do that real quick. Okay,
Yeah,
what's your email?
It's CHI
Mm-hmm.
PER
Mm-hmm.
208
Mm-hmm.
at yahoo.com.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna put it there for you, Sue. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right, cool. London police investigating report. Prince Andrew asked officer to dig up dirt on Virginia Guthrie. Boomers. Yeah, we're going to get into this one. Boomers and furries show up for the No Kings protest. Hold your comments. We'll get to that.
We will.
And this may not mean anything to anybody unless you're a rock fan, like myself. But Limp Bizkit's bassist Sam Rivers dies at the age of 48. So Limp Bizkit, I love that band in the early days. They were good. All right, so that is the weekend news. Let's go into Monday. Monday, okay. Man arrested for allegedly threatening to shoot up the Atlanta airport. I saw something briefly about that. Biden completes round of radiation therapy to treat aggressive prostate cancer.
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Trump backs selling submarines to Australia under AUKUS agreement. I don't know much about that, but I'll save that for conspiratorial time. I'll continue. Let me continue. Sanae Takaichi becomes Japan's first female prime minister.
I saw that. Yeah.
Huge.
Feminists should be applauding that right now, right?
They should be.
Uh-huh.
Trump administration can deploy National Guard to Portland, court rules.
Nice.
Major Amazon web service outage takes down many web services. Yeah, that happened yesterday. Were you guys affected by that in any way?
Yeah, repeat that again. Where did it come from?
Major Amazon web services outage takes down many web services.
Yes, that happened to me yesterday because I work online, I work from home, and I couldn't get anything done for about 3 to 4 hours. It was so annoying.
Yeah,
but
there was over 2,500 companies affected yesterday.
Yep.
My company was one of them. There were
Yep.
people sending text messages. Hey, what's wrong with our IT department? What's wrong? I was like, guys, it's not just our company. It's all across the United States.
Yep.
And the part that the Wright report said today, people wonder, well, why is this a big deal? How does this work? Well, for folks that may not remember, Ruby, because you're young, you may have seen movies about it. But back in the day, in the 30s, 40s, when you called somebody you called somebody, it went to an operator, and the operator would patch you through. Okay. So he likened it to the fact that the operators, which would be the Amazon Web Service, something happened there.
Okay.
And that's why the connections weren't going through to all the companies. So just
Right. And it wasn't just the United States, it was in other countries too. It was like a worldwide thing. It was everywhere.
Yeah. And my conspiratorial brain tells me this was a dry run. Because
Okay, I'm gonna ask you that in 10 minutes when we move on to the unpopular opinions and conspiracy theories.
Okay. All right. Write it down because,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right. Attorney General in Florida issues criminal subpoenas against Roblox.
Yes, I saved that clip. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I could just play it really quickly. Let me see. Roblox. Let me see. Did I save it? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. No, I didn't save it here. What the heck? Okay, well, I did see it. Oh, yes, right here. Oh my God. I'm like all over the place. I'm sorry. Okay, let me play this clip for you.
This is Attorney General James Uthmeier. Today, our office will be issuing criminal subpoenas to the online children's gaming company, Roblox. Roblox profited off of our kids while exposing them to the most dangerous of harms. They enabled our kids to be abused. Companies like Roblox have become breeding grounds for predators to get to and have access to our kids. These criminal subpoenas will enable us to gather more information for our prosecutors about the criminal activity taking place on Roblox platform, as well as evidence on the predators that are out there and the victims that are abused. At the end of the day, we will stop at nothing to fight to protect our kids, and companies that act carelessly and expose them to harm will be held accountable. This is Attorney General.
Can I say something about this?
Absolutely.
So I watched the thing about this, and there was there's a popular gamer that was on Roblox, and he would pretend to be a child, and
Oh my
he was
God.
doing this for a while, and he would get predators to come to him and then turn them into the police. And
Okay.
he did this for a while, okay? And then Roblox found out he was doing this and deactivated his account for doing that. So Roblox actually was removing people that were helping catch the pedophiles.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when I
I've seen
saw
those
that, I was
operations. Yeah.
and that person went out there and started, and then what you guys just saw, what's happening there was because that guy they did that to, he went and talked to people in Congress and stuff, and then that's why they got investigated. That's what led to that.
Wow.
Yeah. So whoever is in charge, whoever was doing that or whatever, I mean, it could have been a rogue person, honestly. You don't really know when you have kind of weird stuff like that. But I'm just like, I don't know. It gives me because, okay, so Roblox did that stunt, and then we hear Steam, or
Yeah.
not Steam. Was it Steam? Or what was the other one that has the weird stuff with the Charlie stuff?
I
Where
think it
they're
was.
all,
I think it was Steam. I could be wrong, but I think it was.
yeah, I can't remember which one it was. I forgot which, but it was another. It was another. Oh no, it's Discord. That's what it was.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Discord for the child. Okay, yeah, Discord.
Yeah, and I'm like, how many of these gaming companies have been involved in this weird stuff, and why? Because I
Right.
know that just because I'm a big gamer, and I know that the woke is really focusing on the gaming industry, and they're really trying to go after Japanese anime right now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I've learned through the Q post
Okay.
was these people, these pedophiles, and a lot of our greedy deep state politicians, they were using these gaming systems to communicate with one another. That way they can bypass email, they can bypass phone calls, but they're using these gaming systems to communicate. So you have that going on, but then you also have it where these predators are preying on our children who are using these gaming platforms.
Yeah, I've
Mhm.
heard that before. I mean, I have no doubt. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
So we got just a couple more. Myanmar military shuts down a major cybercrime center and detains over 2,000 people. Wow. Trump's Argentina beef import plan worries ranching industry.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's play that clip.
Yeah. Okay.
I saved it. Yep. Okay, real quick.
Question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
What do you mean by beef?
Question is,
Personally, I'll have to look more into this story before I can make a comment about it. Because I seen another thing today that said, don't fall for what the media is saying about the Argentina beef thing, because there's more to it. So
Okay, so I got that. I saved that post because Thomas Macy retweeted that and he says, "This is not America first. We don't need the US flooded with beef from Argentina after our cattle ranchers have been taking a beating over the last several years. Bring back country of origin labels. Buy direct from American farmers. Pass the Prime Act. America first and Maha." How do you feel about that?
I don't disagree with, making sure that our farmers are taken care of at all.
Mhm.
Okay. I think we should be getting all of our food, or the majority of what we can, from the United States.
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on in Argentina that would
Mhm.
cause Trump to do something like this.
Can I talk
But
about that?
yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, after you're done, Jamie, I just want to.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, are you guys familiar with the president of Argentina? I don't have his name. It's Javier. Do you remember
Yeah.
him? Do you know who he is?
Javier Milei.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the guy
Mhm.
who they said who was European Trump.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
he went and he threw out all the dirty politicians, threw out all the woke
Mhm.
stuff out of there, and started
Mhm.
cleaning
Yep.
up his country. So before the woke stuff took over that country, they had a really powerful economy. And then their bad policies destroyed the economy. There is no business. There is nothing. That country is completely dying. There's
Yep.
no jobs. There's no nothing. I think personally, the reason why Trump is doing that is because he's looking for some more European allies,
Mhm.
right? Trying to get rid of deep state and things of that nature. And Trump does things to try to help people. And let's be honest, like the beef industry, like I totally get where people are like, no, we need to take care of our farmers first. But like if we could get beef from them and do stuff with our guys and lower the price of beef, that would be really good because I don't know if you guys ever do any research or know anything about like the carnivore diet and stuff, but they say that
Mhm.
beef is probably the most healthiest meat you can
Mhm.
eat.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are saying that if you go on one of those strict diets or eating beef and you're cutting a lot of those things, that a lot of your health issues will go away. Kind of like this miracle thing. Now, I have a friend who did it and he had diabetes and a bunch of other things, and they all went away after he did this. And so I kind of was thinking in the back of my head, and this is just my thought, and don't get too crazy with it, is I think that he's bringing in Trump knows that the pharmaceutical industry is trying to destroy beef. That's why they talk about
Mhm.
the cows and farting and global warming
Mhm.
because they know that it's such a healthy food that if we could bring it into our because they're talking about RFK is saying that he wants to bring better food and stuff. That
Yeah,
would be
Mhm.
one of the best foods that you could give our children. There's so
true.
many
Mhm.
health benefits from it. I can't talk. So this is one of those things that I'm like, I I I I have a bunch of like issues with like foods and allergies and things, and I have to eat certain kinds of foods. And so
Mhm.
this is one of those things that I do know some about, and I know for a fact that of all the meats, that one is absolutely the best for your body.
Mhm.
You made a good point about the price thing too, because I can go to the store and get a ribeye steak, but that shit costs me $18
Yep.
Yeah, it's not expensive. Yep.
when it should be around like 7 or 8.
Mhm.
So if we're bringing in surplus beef from another nation to help our farmers, be able to cut down on prices, that's not a bad thing, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So, but I'm sure there's going to be people out there that'll try to turn it around and make it look like Trump's doing this awful thing.
Mhm.
He's done so much that there's times I have to give him a pass on something. Be like, I'm just going to trust President Trump on this one.
Yeah, I feel like that too sometimes because he probably he does know more than all of
He
us.
does
So
more than we do. That's for damn
right,
sure.
right. But I like Empath comment. She says, "Question is the Argentine beef cleaner than the USA beef?" So
Definitely.
that's a great question.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. Our a lot of our beef, the reason what beef
Mhm.
is the grass fed is where you want to
Mhm.
go. The ones
Right.
where they're feeding them corn is not good for you. You don't
Yeah,
want that because that corn and all the poisons and stuff that are in the corn are getting into your system. Your grass fed beef is when I was saying that it's the best, it's when it's grass fed. I should have been really specific about that. It has to be
Yeah.
natural, and they're going to do that there to give us the highest best grade product because they can get more money out of it. When you do
Mhm.
the stupid grain-fed cows, it lowers the meat quality, the taste, and everything, makes the value go down.
yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you for that, Bo.
What's
All right,
what's the,
Jimmy.
we got 3 left, but what's the chat saying?
Um, Dallas. I like a lot of beef too, y'all. It's like I could hear his voice in the comment. Okay, then I already gave Empit's lady comment. Um, oh, so Sue gave her phone number in the chat, Jimmy, so I'm gonna share it with you privately so you can reach out to her. I put it in the
Okay,
private chat, but she put it in the she put it in the
just
chat as well.
text it to me later, or screenshot
Okay.
it and send it to me.
Okay.
Maybe if I go to the comments, I'll see the number.
Well, she put it in different chats, so I put it all together for you and I put it in the private chat for you.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Let me go there then.
yeah, but I'll text
Chat.
it to you in a second. Um, JG says Trump is trying to influence the re-election of Milley.
Okay,
That's a possibility.
that's a possibility.
Let's see here. Beverly says America doesn't have sufficient beef.
That's correct.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Um, but I think that's like a Maha issue, right? Like, shouldn't RFK Jr. be
yes,
on top of this already?
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's in on this.
Okay.
I got a
Alright.
feeling we're going to hear more about it. So
Okay. Joe and Fran are in the chat. Hey guys. They said we've enjoyed carnivore for the past 2 years. Hive beef with fat is a benefit, but avoiding all grains and sugar are equally valuable.
yep.
Nice guys.
So
Um,
we need beef in this country.
yep. Okay.
All
All right,
right.
Jimmy, you can go ahead.
Actually, there's two because the other one says authorities in Atlanta say they stopped a mass shooting in an airport, but we already said that.
Right.
Uh, Trump says Gaza ceasefire still in place after Israeli strikes. There's more on that. The IDF said that Hamas broke the ceasefire, and so they went in, did some strikes, and then they went back out. So it's still a touch and go. But we're getting ready to go into phase 2. And what did I tell y'all last week? That
Yep.
phase 2 was going to be the one we would have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're out there. And the last thing, and I think somebody said this in the comments a second ago. Last thing, demolition of the White House's East Wing facade start
Mm-hmm.
for a ballroom project.
Yeah, I saw that, and there was a lot of arguing, or I think it
I
was Gavin Newsom that said, "Oh, it's not his house, it's your house." and he's ripping it apart, just like he's
Okay.
ripping apart the
See,
Constitution.
this is where history, people need to know their freaking history. Because
Yeah.
on the surface, you're going to have Gavin Newsom say that, and then
Mhm.
all the little sheeple are going
Mhm.
to believe what he's saying. All right.
Mhm.
Well, where were and for one, where were these people when Franklin Delano Roosevelt decided
Mhm.
to make upgrades? Where were they when
A couple of
well,
presidents have done this, though.
yeah,
Like isn't that
I
just
think it was Eisenhower redid the Oval Office or created the West Wing. One of the presidents put in a bowling alley just here in the last 50, 60 years. Obama put in a damn basketball court,
Mhm.
and all of those projects were funded by the taxpayer. Every one
Right.
of them. This one, Trump is funding it along with donors that are making donations to this project. So
Mhm.
the American taxpayer is not paying for this.
Right.
So
Do you
look
know
that
how
up.
many presidents have done this? Have upgraded? There's a
How
lot.
many? Yeah, like
1,
I
2,
know there's
3,
a
4,
couple of
5,
them.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Guess who are the
Mhm.
last two? Bill and Barack.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah. So
Oh,
they didn't
I
say
forgot to put in
crap back then.
Nixon, John, Harry, Franklin, Herbert, Theodore, James, Andrew, and Thomas.
Yep.
Mhm. And it looks
Ooh,
beautiful. Like if this
wow.
is what the concept is and it becomes true, I think this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you
Why
think?
do we not want the White House to look like a
Beautiful.
castle or
Right.
something?
Right.
Like, come on,
Well,
we want it. I mean, we're the most powerful nation in the world. We
Yes.
should look like it.
Exactly.
well,
Alongside our roads and our cities. Sorry, Jimmy, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, if you look at some of these places that Trump has visited, especially over in Saudi Arabia, look at the buildings that they have. I mean, they are impressive. And
Mhm.
their airports and their subways overseas are much better than our airports and our subways. Ours
Yeah, I'm
You
suck.
so
know.
sick of the blah materials and the blah everything that we
Mhm.
had to have. Like all our houses have
Mhm.
look exactly the same. We can
Mhm.
only have certain plans. I am so
Mhm.
sick of that stuff. I
Yep.
cannot
Mhm.
stand it. It's
Yep.
because they want us to be communist.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
exactly. I know. I know.
So, but that is your news blast for the last 3 or 4 days, folks.
Man,
Hope
that
you've
was good,
enjoyed it.
Jimmy. Yeah, that was good. I love it because it gives us a chance. Like it gives me a chance to do my little huff and puffs within the, like I like giving my little criticisms when you give when you give the news, and I love it when we chime in. You know what I mean? I missed it. I missed it.
I did miss the news blast. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I
know
love it.
some folks have said, they like the show more when it's a conversational thing, but it's also nice to have a framework to go with the conversation. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
because it's always gonna be like that. Like we're always gonna be like this. But I love it that you're back. Like you got your information back. We're taking notes, doing homework stuff, and I love it. I love the chat too, because it's like they're with us. They're
Yeah.
with us. Like we're talking about the same subjects. They're with us, and I'm reading it at the same time you're talking, and I get to engage a little bit. Like I'd be typing in there, and it's fun. It's fun.
So I guess we could go into the next segment,
Are you ready?
the fun one. Yeah.
Are
So
you ready to get
This
to
is what
step
I
on
think's
people's toes?
happening. Is it finally time?
yeah, it's going to be time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
so let's play our intro so I can go use
Mhm.
the restroom real quick,
Mhm.
and then let's have some fun. And if you want to join the stage, join the
It's
stage.
open. Yep. All right, everybody. So I'll see you in about a minute. All right, everybody, we are back. Yeah, Bo's gonna, I didn't even see him leave. I was over here jamming and I didn't know that he left the stage.
Where's
So
Bo?
he's gonna have to pop back in, Bo. We'll give you about a minute.
So as we wait on Bo, let me go ahead and give one unpopular opinion about what might be going on at the White House. Let's go down the conspiratorial rabbit hole. There has been information that has been said that there were tunnel networks underneath the White House, and that certain things were being done at the White House. So is it possible that we're seeing reconstruction there as a way of getting rid of those certain things? Don't know. I have no evidence of that, but that's what some have speculated on. So
Okay. JG says, with all the White House upgrades, is Trump planning to stick around for more than 3 years?
yeah, we've already talked about that.
Okay, Bo is back,
Yeah,
thankfully.
get both back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're not going to get into the 3-year thing because
Yeah. We touched on it before, like in season 1, we did that. But I guess
let's just say we got to put everything on the table.
yeah, and he also said, Jimmy, you're providing meat in due season. LOL. So
Damn.
yeah.
Only XJWs will get that. So
Yeah.
season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Bo here. We're gonna dive into the No Kings protest that happened recently, and it almost got me pissed off, almost. And what I mean by that is that I'm a little upset that people waste their time with a protest like that when there's like 1,000 other things you could protest about with those numbers, right? Because they were trying to project this turnout and no key. Like, it's just stupid to me, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
that's why I felt like I don't want to even talk about it. It seems so useless. But we're gonna talk about it. So go ahead, guys.
I guess my first thing I'll say, and then we'll turn it over to Bo, let him get this started off. If you have a king in a country, there would be no king's protest. There would be no king protest because the king wasn't allowed to happen.
If there was a real king, though.
If there was a real king.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you see how stupid this is? Because Canada, for example, right? They had the No Kings protest, but then they pledge allegiance to the king of
Yeah.
England. So what sense does that make?
Do you think Saudi Arabia folks are going to go out in the streets and have a no kings protest?
No.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
or in Jordan? Nah, that shit ain't happening. Oh, and we'll go ahead and say I'm going to go ahead and preface this. We do have some clips that there is some profanity. So just, sorry about that, but it is what it is. Just wanted to warn you guys. We are going to play a couple. So,
yeah.
Bo, take it away, brother.
Yeah, go ahead, Bo.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys had the honor of seeing these people, but I did, and I will be honest with you, I forgot they were doing this thing, and then I was driving down the street, and they were taking up one of the busiest areas where I live, and that way people would see them, and as they're driving by, I'm like, no kings. I was like, oh, it's them. What I noticed, and this may not be unique, but I noticed that there were no colored people except for 3. Now, there were several hundred people doing this thing, but I noticed that they were all white, most of them really old. There were only 3 people that were non-white that were there doing this, and I don't understand what this means, but I have an idea, and I'll share it with you guys.
Okay.
So, first off, I saw all these people in these costumes, and I'm like, what does that have to do with no kings? What does a pink unicorn have to do with no kings? Doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, you think about it, what could that possibly do to stop a king? Oh yeah, because you look at history. Has anyone ever put on a pink unicorn uniform and went and fought kings? No.
No, stupid.
So then I
Yeah.
started thinking about this, and I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
it has to have some kind of meaning, some kind of representation. And then I stopped for a second and I started thinking about it from a big perspective. I'm like, what are they pissed at Donald Trump for right now? What are they talking
Mhm.
crap about him doing? All the wars that he has stopped all around the world. 7 of them, right?
8.
Is it 8?
8.
Okay, so there's 8 of them. Thank you for the correction. There's 8 of them going around. We know that human traffickers go after people and kids in war zones.
Yep.
I
Mm.
think personally that they're telling you, I think the people wearing those costumes are telling you that they want those kids and they want to be able to get to those kids. I think that's what it really means. And I started
Interesting.
because like the kid outfits, that kind of stuff, there's some kind of symbolism there. And if you notice that the only people that are really doing this are extremely old people, wealthy liberals, and then these weird woke individuals that are far, far, far left.
Mhm.
And we've seen what people like Gavin Newsom and things like that, the laws they tried passing in
Hmm.
California with that kind of
Yep.
stuff with the
Yep.
10-year-olds. And then
Mhm.
that's when I started going, you know what, I think that's what they're telling you. I think that this is one of those visual displays that they're telling you that they're coming for the kids or coming for your children. They've seen it and they've told us that. And I think that that might be a symbol, a symbolic
Mm.
symbol of what they want to do and why they want Trump out of there because he's stopping wars and stopping their product.
That's
That's interesting. That would be a huge conspiracy because
Now,
on the surface they make it seem like, oh well, this is like a furry thing, like you mentioned before. It's like an identity thing. It's like a, I could wear whatever I want, do whatever I want, and like a freedom thing. So
mhm.
they kind of just brush it off like that.
I can see where that could be a play because kids might see footages, videos of this stuff and be like,
They're
"Oh, look,
heroes.
they got a pretty little unicorn there,"
Yeah,
or
that's
"Oh,
sick.
look, some,"
Yeah.
and they. That's very interesting, but I like that take.
There's a number I want to tell you guys real quick, and,
Mhm.
and I want to share this with you. And this is one of the reasons why I think this. Okay, the media is acting like this is a huge protest and that this
Mhm.
is all over the place and everybody's backing them up, right?
Right.
Right.
Do you know what the actual data is? What the actual number is?
No.
I think it
So,
was under 700,000 people.
so I heard it was 7 million, but the number is probably inflated. But
Oh,
I'm gonna
totally.
go with it, 7 million. And if that's true, then what they're celebrating, their success. Now think about this. Now, if you're grading someone and this is the score you get, would you say this is successful? If you were to take that by the population of 340 million, it comes out to 2.05882,353%.
Yep.
So you're
Not that
celebrating
much.
2%.
Right. Right.
When would you ever be like, hey, guys are going out for ice cream. I just got my math test.
Mhm.
2%, baby. 2%.
Right.
Oh, I'm a genius.
But that might be good for them. Maybe they're scoring that and maybe it is a win for them.
Well, think about the liberals, though, that did vote for Biden that are supposed to be on their side.
Mhm.
Did they show up? Nope.
Yeah,
Mm.
somebody made that point. If Kamala got 74 million votes, and let's just take the 7 million number, which I agree with you. I believe it's totally inflated because what I'm hearing, it's around 700,000 people. But 7 million people show up allegedly, but 74 million people voted for Kamala. Okay,
Mhm.
what's the percentage on that? 7 out of 74. It's still. I mean, there should have been more people show up at this protest. It should have been 20, 25, 30 million, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what caught me in the fact that the industry, the media department acted like we should be impressed with these numbers, like it was blowing their minds. And I'm like, you're blown away by 2%?
Yeah.
Right. 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 Just really quickly, I want to welcome Gail to the stage. She's here. Hi, Gail.
Oh, hey,
Hi.
Gail.
Hey, Gail.
Hi, I want to give my perspective being I'm one of the elderly crowd.
Mhm.
My perspective was I liked what Bo said, but I was thinking more like Halloween costumes for the kids. But
Yep.
number two, a lot of them left early because they're seniors. They have them coming out of a senior nursing home and wheeled out. They all had the fake king hats on. So MSNBC or CNN, both, one of them got caught for fudging the numbers, but
Yep.
a lot of them were seniors. I'm 75, and my idiot friend, she started a protest in Lexington. Well, they stopped about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm laughing because a lot of these elderly, even in my building where I live, they sit around all day. They watch, I'm going to use Trump's language, the fake news, and they believe everything that they're told about what's going on. And we're no good. We're Nazis. We're evil. And these people, I think, believe all this crap. So that's my
Unfortunately.
take on the No King's Day. I thought I was getting my eyes done that day, so I could have cared less. But I rode around Lexington to see if I could find anybody. This was like 2:30. There was nobody to be seen.
Oh, wow.
Be a big
Because
protest.
as soon as it got hot, they needed to go back indoors. I mean,
And
these are very
and
active
dinner
people.
time's at 4:30, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
that's
needed to
true.
take naps. They had to take a nap.
It was nap time.
And I'm not because I'm elderly myself, but
Well, what I want to add to that is I saw a post on X that said the people, the elderly people at the No Kings protest were the last generation to completely believe everything that they see on the TV.
I agree with that.
That's a
Except
good
for
point.
me, I don't
Yeah.
follow.
There are some exceptions. There are there are folks of that generation that have woken up to the BS that the media has been spewing for all these years. But unfortunately, and I have two of them living across the street from me that will believe everything they see on the news.
Yep.
And you can't change their mind either. I've never seen anything like, you can't reason with them. You can't explain to them. You ask them questions. You just can't even talk to them.
You know what it reminds me of? And I hate to even make this reference, but I'm going to make this reference because it's legit. It's kind of like in the old religion that we were in. Who's still there and accepting everything that's being said?
Yeah,
the old people.
Yep. Unfortunately, the indoctrination is so deep with them that even if you try, like Gail said, you just can't even reason with them sometimes.
And see, that's the thing that I said before is, you know, you got a lot of Gen Xers. We're waking up to, you know, stuff. Millennials are waking up. Gen Z's waking up because we haven't been indoctrinated as long as the boomers. You know,
It's gonna be a terrible thing to be in that position. I mean, I think a lot of them know the truth of what is actually going on, but they're so scared to have to talk about it and admit their like they've wasted their lives believing stuff, that their ego is so powerful that they're not willing to. I honestly, because once in a while when you have conversations with these people, if you do something like that in private, you can, a lot of times, especially with the older folks, they'll tell you the truth of what they really, really think, but they will never do it when there's people around. It's something about their culture that they're going to just follow the sheep.
Right.
Because I've seen my family do that, and they're part of, you know what, and they've questioned things that would never say in public. But when personally talking to them, they're like, yeah, I kind of see your point.
Right.
So,
Correct.
yeah, I
Correct.
agree with you guys on that one.
Just a quick hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Gail. I was just going to say a quick hello to Dallas.
Go ahead. I just wanted to add to that where I am a baby boomer and I'm a senior citizen. I hate to be called old because I'm a critical thinker and I don't feel old, but I'm willing to bet, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I bet you my generation probably got the most vaccinations out of any other population. I could be wrong, but I was just thinking about that as we were talking. Because with a lot of my, especially where they're all fear, they get so scared and nobody goes out. No, they were talking about that today. Nobody goes out. Nobody wants to do anything. They all sit around and gossip all afternoon, which I can't be bothered joining that type of clique. Because I'm a critical thinker and I want to remain that way. So
let me add this to that, Gail. Maybe not so much the vaccinations, because if we look at the numbers and what kids were being vaccinated with, like in the 40s and the 50s and 60s, it was a lot less than the vaccinations the kids were receiving now, especially in the 90s and the 2000s. But what I will say is the increase of prescription drugs in that generation. Because, across the street, I've got a father-in-law that has to take like 17 different pills a day.
Jeez.
Yup.
All right. And you've got folks that, like me and Carissa, we don't take, we're in our early 50s. We don't take anything.
Right.
So could it be where these prescription drugs are effing with their cognitive, their cognitive ability?
Yes, because they had a whole thing about that, about people's neurological thinking, especially in my age group, is really declining. Alzheimer's and dementia are on the increase. All kinds of, but they're attributing a lot of that to the vaccine too. I refuse to get vaccinated, and they won't leave me alone. Even when I go to get prescriptions, I will admit I take 2 prescriptions. I'm a diabetic, so one of them I have to take. But I try not to. I'm like Bo. I don't eat a lot of crap. I go to a farmer in the state of Maine and get my meat. But I asked him if it was, because a lot of farmers do put murder in their beef. So you got to ask the farmer, do you put murder in your cattle? And they're doing that with the bees. So find bee honey that doesn't take the beehives, that they put murder in their hives. So you got to be real savvy about your health. And the pharmaceutical companies need to be held for all kinds of horrible crimes, because they caused all this. They want everybody to be sick so they can keep making billions of dollars.
Right.
Absolutely.
Correct. And you know what I was gonna mention for you, Jimmy and Gail? So like for me and my grandma, Gail's generation, my grandma's generation, that was when they were little and the television was literally invented during their young years.
Yeah.
And they've watched television since they were very little, from the black and whites to the colorization and onward. And I remember my grandma is a part of that generation that was, like really shocked by that, like, oh, TV. And she was literally addicted to watching television 24/7, like it was on day and night, literally. I think that there's millions of people just like my grandma, and that's another reason why the indoctrination is because they've been watching the television ever since it was invented. How can you reason with a person like that?
Well, even if you look at it that way, look at kids today, 13, 14, 15 years old, that all they know is their phone.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like that all over again. Yep.
Yeah. We have Dallas on the stage.
Yes. Hi, Dallas.
Hi, Dallas.
Well, hi. I heard what y'all been talking about, your family. I got generations that Ruby, you're talking about your grandma.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you're still lucky to have.
Well, unfortunately, that one passed away during COVID. And that was a whole nother thing. Like, I think COVID was another wave to get rid of those people.
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
And y'all want to know what year my grandparents were from? My grandma? 1918.
Wow.
And she never had health problems that some of my uncles had, and my papa, he never did. And he was from 1919.
Wow. I believe that too.
And just about 9 years older than you, and they could have been my great, and years back we could have had 5 generations at a time, but I was one of the final.
Wow.
And I can
so interesting.
Remember that she was doing good even when she didn't didn't have dementia later.
Right. Yup. Wow. Thank you, Dallas, for sharing.
Dallas, you're 100% correct. I grew up in an Italian extended family. My grandmother never went to a doctor. My mother didn't. She would pin, this is true, she would pin garlic on our t-shirts when we were little. But we were fed, well, the food back then doesn't taste like the food today. But we were fed great. And we had a physician who came to the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't see that today either. And then
So
we all had the mumps, we had the measles, we had the chicken pox, and
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have all those vaccines that they have today.
so
I got arrested for making. I had temporary custody of my grandson. I refused the vaccines, and I had like 3 doctors come in to the room, and I said, "Look, I'll give him the vaccine. You take the mercury out of it. I know you have vaccines with mercury because I do a lot of homework, and I went to medical school. I goes, give me the vaccine without the mercury, and you can give it to my grandson. I don't care if you call the police. He's not getting vaccinated till you put the mercury, get the mercury out." And they did. They complied with what I had to say.
Oh, good, good. So let's circle back to the No King stuff because we got quite a few things that we want to share about this. The first thing we talk about the brainwashing and everything. Ruby, go to our DMs, and I think it's the second one too. It might be the third one that I sent you.
Is it with Anonymous?
It's not with Anonymous. It's with I think it's 2 girls on that show up on the screen. It says,
is it like an interview on the street?
Yes.
Okay, so Anna Polalina posted that.
She posted the money
This
thing.
one. And she also posted this video too that you shared.
Okay. Is that the one I wanted you to play? Yeah. No. It's below that one. It's below that one. Okay. We'll get to that one. That's yeah. Go down.
Okay. So this is the chart. Okay.
Yeah,
so two ladies.
Yeah, that one.
Such as if Trump was elected. We're out here at the No Kings protest and we're asking all the important questions. Such as if Trump was elected, how exactly is he a king?
Because he is trying to take control of everything. Like his checks and balances are not working, so he is just trying to completely disregard the Constitution.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of amendments have been kind of overcome, like in a way that they're not supposed to be.
Yeah, which amendment specifically?
The whole
first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Trying to take away our
freedom of protesting.
I would say that it's because even though he was elected, I agree, due process, he got what he got elected fairly, sure, but he's doing things that make him a king, like he's taking away, civil rights.
That's a great question. I don't particularly think he's a king, it's how people are viewing him as.
Actively switching the levers of power in order to subvert elections.
And what does that mean?
Things such as, trouble coming up with words.
Really? They don't even know what they're doing there. They have nothing. They have nothing. All right. So
this was their opportunity, and they blew it so bad. They had no selling point. They had nothing they could say. Like when you're protesting, you should know what you're protesting. The problem with it, and why I was saying earlier, is that this is going to be the biggest flop they've ever done. My opinion is when people are looking back at this, they're going, okay, what exactly was the No King protest for? What exactly did he do? And you have no freaking answer, and you have nothing that you can go ahead and relate later on. This is going to just disappear, and people are going to be like, yeah, they went and did this protest, and the protesters didn't know why they're protesting because they were paid to be there. That's why.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. So the next clip that I want Ruby to pull up will be the one that has the profanity in it.
Okay, so just a warning. This video does have a few bombs in it, so
yeah, a few.
All right, and I'm going to play it.
Guys, what the actual fuck are you talking about? You love kings. Yeah, your fucking protest doesn't make any goddamn sense. It is so fucking ass backwards.
The people who are saying that they don't want the government to control them are the same people who want the government to control them. Yes, you want government to do everything for you. You want them to give you free health care, free housing, free food, free student loans. The list is endless. All you guys want to do is be dependent on the government. You love when government tells you what to do, like stay home and stay 6 feet apart. And you love when they subsidize your life. You are the biggest bunch of spineless douches that exist in this country. And guess what? You are the tyranny. Yes, you are the tyrannical, radical oppressors. You are the people that hate everybody else that doesn't conform to your ideology. You are the ones that want to be able to have a license to respond to those that do not think the way that you do, with nothing but hatred and violence. You are the fucking kings! Oh my god, if it wasn't so funny, it would be sad. I've been saying it every fucking week, but thank you. The material that you continue to provide me with is abundant and fucking hilarious. Thank you. Really. Thank you so much.
She was great. I want to applaud. I want to applaud this
So
girl.
I was having a thought when she was talking, and you see, unfortunately, these people, I think the spirit is there. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They want to be a part of like that protesting spirit. Like I get it. I used to have those feelings, but I never wanted to do it where either I was being told to do it or I didn't fully understand why I would even be there to begin with. And yet, those people, they don't, that's what's missing is the thought process because they're there, the spirit is there, but it's all for the wrong reasons and they could barely explain themselves. So I kind of feel bad for them. Like, I do feel a little bad because it's like that spirit can be redirected into something that actually would make a difference. And that would be what saves everybody. Like it'll save us all if we all came together and united with that energy and that spirit to actually get this country going in the right direction instead of all this misguided anger and emotion and misdirection where they're confused. They don't even know why they're there.
Yeah, they can't explain why they're even there. Let's go to the one thing I did know. I like the fact that she's young. And she's saying this, so that's great. Our youth are waking up, most of them. So let's play I think the last one. I think it was right below that one that I sent you.
Yep, another woman,
and
right?
And then we'll go back to the top.
Okay, let's see here. Pause this one. Okay.
Yeah.
No kings, but get the jab or lose your job. No kings, but social distance and stay 6 feet apart. No kings, but don't have a primary in the 2024 election. No kings, but call your presidential nominee Queen Kamala. No kings, but you have to carry around a vaccine card with confidential medical information. No kings, but we're going to fund riots and destructions of cities when people don't agree with us. Would you like me to continue? Because I could go on and on and on. So before you get out there with your little flags and your little signs this weekend, let's take a look at history and which party acts more like a king. If you think Donald Trump is acting like a king because he is deporting illegal immigrants, look back at what every other president before him has done. Obama deported 4 million. 4 million. Where were you guys then? Where was this no king's energy then?
She's got a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about the intro to our show, the song, and we talked about the George Soros cash. These were not organic protests at all. And I like the fact that Bo mentioned this when he said that, we have the government shut down. Well, who shut down the government? The Democrats did. The Democrats did. So, and we know that it takes time for them to plan these protests. They have to go and make the signs. They have to go and, secure the places where they're going to go protest. That
Right,
takes
like
planning.
months in advance. Yeah,
Yeah.
months in advance
So-
they're gonna plan something like this. Mhm.
So when Bo said that this was all planned and they were hoping to be able to use this to win the government shutdown argument, it's completely failed. And how do we know that it's been paid for? Let's go to the first video with that lady in the vest, and then we'll show the chart.
Okay, very good.
Right now, I'm representing myself, and I'm representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
So I did some digging, and the woman trying to stop my interview is named Karen Shaw. She is a professional protester. I found her at almost 100 different protests. Let's look at her portfolio, shall we? Here's her outside Trump Tower saying TikTok time's up. Here's her saying ban guns, not drag. Amazing. This is her telling us that lies have consequences. She is also very passionate about abortion. Even in the video right now, she's just wearing a hat that says abortion on it. Sometimes she gets less creative though and just holds a sign that says enough. Now here I found her working with a different professional protester that I've exposed. This is Stuart Waldman. He was there when they raised the Palestinian flag over City Hall in Rhode Island.
Everyone knows you.
Everyone knows me?
You are. They know what you do.
I know what you do as well, Stuart Waldman. You are on the board of riseandresist.org, the company that is paying people like Karen for a second job as a professional protester. And the donation link to give you money is just Act Blue, which is the fundraising platform for the Democrat Party. That's who you are, Stuart Waldman. Now back to Karen. I found her with another professional protester that I've exposed. This was back at the Tesla protest. This is just a few photos of this other professional protester out of maybe 50 that I found.
Yep.
So these people are being paid, and we have the receipts. So pull up the chart, and you can see on the left-hand side are all the different organizations that have received funding to, he said, well, one was Rise and Resist. Is that on the list? Is there?
Yes. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at what he said. Sorry.
Yeah. Is Rise and
I have to go to the letter R. Okay, so the only one showing R is Reproductive Freedom for All Committee. So Rise and Resist is not on this list.
Okay. So, and at the top of the list, going across the top, you have the folks that have funded certain things. They sent money to these organizations. So you want to read those names, Ruby?
Okay, so it says No King Partners, Arabella, Buffett, Ford, Rockefeller, Soros, Tides, and then the last category is totals.
Now that Tides, that's the Tides Foundation, which is actually founded by George Soros. So those last two columns, that could be allegedly all Soros money there. And so, but then you have the other organizations, Ford's mentioned, Buffett, was it Buffett?
Mm-hmm.
And he was mentioned in there. And so let's scroll down all this money. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom and look in the lower right-hand corner. And you'll see it's over 200, if I'm correct, $294 million.
Wow.
Yep.
Went to these organizations to help coordinate, organize, get the signs out, get the little vest out, and pay people. And this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time we've heard this, because during the BLM riots, we actually heard protesters say, "Hey, George Soros owes me my money." It was out there. So if you think that these were just organic, well-being individuals going out to protest, I'm sorry, that's not accurate. These people were paid. I would say the majority. There might be a sprinkle, a few, maybe some of the old people that came out of the nursing homes. Maybe they didn't get no money, but they pulled them out. So maybe the nursing home got money
True.
to
Did you
pull
see
these
the
people out.
American Atheist was on there?
Who?
The American Atheist Company was on there. Very
Oh,
top.
hey.
Okay, let me get that chart back up again. Okay, so let me zoom in again. American. Yep, American Atheist. Yep.
Yeah. Does that seem strange to you guys?
Who are
Yeah,
they?
and
So the American Atheist group, right, does a lot of funding and does a lot of stuff for like debatings against Christians. Their primary focus is on Christianity and denouncing Christianity.
Wow.
So this is why, and the reason that I think it's really funny is I used to be an atheist, okay, for most of my life. But one of the things that made me stop and start thinking twice about what was going on is when the trans movement was going on, all of a sudden, all the scientists and biologists were throwing science out the door. And any actual scientist that was like, hey, you know what? Boys and girls aren't the same, was like basically denounced as being completely stupid and unrelevant. And then I went, well, this is kind of weird. And this is what we'll go back to with the costume wearing. I started noticing that a lot of the atheists that were saying that and doing that were large on YouTube, and I won't say any of their names. I started noticing that they have a lot of symbolisms with the occult. And I went, wait a minute, if we don't believe in this stuff, why are we picking the one that abuses children and trying to make them sound like they're good people? Like, and that just didn't make sense to me at all. And I started investigating that, and I was like, you know what? I don't think that most of the atheists that you're seeing out there are really atheists. They're actually occultists. And I started realizing that, and then there's certain symbolisms and things that the occult did that I didn't understand or know until I started working with people and started learning about the child abuse parts. And then I started noticing the atheist groups doing those things. And I'm not saying that all atheists are rapists or anything like that. What I'm saying is it just seems to be really strange to me that that's the side they're picking. And then when you watch the funding, well, gosh darn, guess who? George Soros is there.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. There's no coincidence.
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so with all that, Ruby, go ahead and get ready to play this other clip, and then we'll keep talking about all this. So,
Can I just ask where you got that chart?
Anna Paulina posted it on X.
Yeah.
Who?
Anna
She's a
Paulina
representative from Florida.
Oh, I don't go on X. Okay.
Okay, so she's the one who posted it. Representative Anna Paulina Luna.
Luna. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to interrupt. Thank you. I want to get a copy of that chart.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I bet you could dig for hours if you go and look on the left side of all those different organizations, and you could find a lot of connections to a lot of the same people, that corrupt criminals. But with all that said, knowing that these people had no freaking clue while they were out there, they can't explain anything. We know these people are paid by Soros and other deep state players. We know it's all BS. With that said, we have this controversial video out there that the left is losing their minds over right now. Roll that footage, Ruby.
Okay, which one? So I see
The last one. The last one.
The last one.
The last one I see.
What Donald posted?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Donald has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So the first person that you see that gets crap on him is Harry Sisson. Harry Sisson is oh my God. he's like, he could be Greta, what's her name? Thorn. What's
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes, the troll.
yeah. That could be like her brother, okay?
Yeah.
And so he's actually sent out a cease and desist letter to the White House to have this removed from the internet. But Trump didn't make it. He just reposted it. Somebody else made it. He just reposted it.
Yeah. Oh, so Jimmy, Joseph just joined us. I want to welcome Joseph to the stage.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
yes.
go ahead, Joseph.
Well, hi there, Joseph.
How are you?
Yes, I'm enjoying the discussion so far, and you're right, Jimmy. All these No Kings protesters, they were paid a minimum of $200 just to do that.
Wow.
Wow.
I might sign up.
I was just gonna say that.
That's why they had a lot of the elderly in there, because maybe they need a little extra money. All they had to do is go walk out there and hold a placard and just march along.
Yeah.
Really, nothing really happened. There was a big buildup. There was going to be some type of a dangerous uprising, but nothing really happened. The only trouble we really had was in Portland, Oregon. That's about it. And that's been going on for about 6 months now.
Yeah, and that's why the National Guard is being deployed in Portland.
I had a video here about this. So did you guys see this? What Ted Cruz said? I'm gonna play this clip.
No, look, I think you're right. I think he is scared for his political life. And the Democrats today are a party of radical interest groups. Now, I will say one of the most important things President Trump has done recently is he has pledged that he's going to go after Antifa. And what I've been urging is follow the money, cut off the money. And you look at this No Kings rally, and there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network is behind funding these rallies, which may well be riots all across the country. And Soros is writing the check. And so I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act that would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses for RICO. Why is that? Because it would let the Department of Justice use RICO, racketeering, to prosecute the money that is funding the anti-Semitic protests on campuses, the pro-open border protest in LA and other cities, and these No King protests. Anyone that is supporting rioting and violence, it lets you go after the money. And I'll tell you, there are more than 200 left-wing groups behind these No Kings rallies this weekend. They deliberately are blind to what each of the others are doing. That's part of how they avoid accountability. RICO is designed for precisely that sort of criminal enterprise. And so I believe the Senate, we ought to take up and vote on and pass our Stop Funders legislation. And I've urged both Pam Bondi at DOJ and Kash Patel at FBI, follow the money and prosecute those who are writing checks funding acts of violence, political violence or otherwise, across the country.
I agree with that 100%. It will never happen.
No.
No, there is no way the Dems are going to vote for that and get their cash cow taken away. Never going to happen.
I don't think they'll have a chance to, because if it goes RICO, that goes into military jurisdiction too.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have to vote for it to be able to allow RICO to be a part of it?
Well,
because that's what he was saying. I want them to vote for this, so then we can add RICO to this, so we can track the money.
Seems to me that there's got to be another way that they can track that and prove that's a RICO, because they do that with the human traffickers. They got Epstein up on RICO charges. They have other folks on RICO charges. So
yeah, that's true. That's true with Giuliani and Mike Lindell.
So maybe Ted Cruz, okay, that dude frustrates me. because
I know, me too.
it frustrates the crap out of me. So I try to give him some credit sometimes, but when he was like when we played the clip with the whole Israel thing and the Tucker Carlson thing, wow, okay, he's making some sense, but it seems to me that there's might be some other laws that could go after these people for doing what they're doing and make it go into the RICO category, and maybe the military would be in charge of that. I don't
Well, you
know.
must remember Senator Ted Cruz his father is evangelical minister, and they lean towards the Zionist
Oh yeah,
theology.
that's obvious after he did the interview he did with Tucker.
Yeah,
But,
he exposed himself right then and there.
Yeah.
That he's the Christian Zionist.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
So, but I think what this No Kings thing has done, it's actually shown people the funding mechanism of this. A lot of folks, they didn't know about this funding stuff. We tried to tell folks back during the BLM riots that Act Blue was responsible for collecting the money and divvying it out to different people and paying those protesters. That kind of fell on deaf ears. But now it's right in your face. It's out there. People are talking about it now.
The only way they can get
list
around this.
of contributors that you were talking about. Well, on the No Kings contributors who are funding this whole thing, and since Bull brought it out that certain organizations have logos that are very suspicious as to pedophilia or child abuse, you could look at those logos and you could see there's something is off.
Yeah.
And it's posted. You could look up No Kings March, and they have all these lists of all these contributors with their logos, and one of them is the American Communist Party.
Oh yeah, that sounds so stupid, right?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even make any sense. American Communist Party? Like what?
Well, they existed all the way back in
And
the
who started that?
1930s.
The Frankfurts. Sorry,
Yeah.
Joe.
And who's that?
Joseph, what would you say?
Well, the American Communist Party existed way back in the early 1930s.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And Bo?
So, yeah, Bo, who started it?
Yeah. Yeah, go to Bo.
Oh, what I was saying, like, it's been there for a long time, but there's a thing called 11-point plan to subvert Western civilization. It was caused by the Frankfurt School. The Frankfurt School was the backbone of wealthy individuals that were bringing and they weren't even hiding it.
Yeah.
And there's a list of things that they wanted, and they said, and they openly wrote in books during those times, saying that they were going to do in order to subvert the American people to become communist.
Yes.
What? No way.
Yeah. Do you want me to read you the list?
Yeah, read the list.
Oh, you serious? Okay. So, creation of racial offenses, continual changes to create confusion, the teaching of sex and homosexuality to children, the undermining of school and teachers' authority, huge immigration to destroy identity, the promotion of excess drinking, exempt from church, an unreliable legal system with bias against victims of crime, dependency on state and state benefits, control over dumping down on media, and encouraging the breakdown of families. Now, what does that sound like to you? Is that almost identically word for word the
Yes.
Democrat Party?
Yes.
Now think about that. This is the 11-point plan. This was brought in after the collapse of the Soviet Union. And they brought these people over here. They openly said this is what they're doing, and this is what the Democrat Party. They're literally preaching the 11-point plan.
Yep.
Word for word.
So
Wow, that is crazy, Jimmy. Because Jimmy, remember we did another theory that you've mentioned before? I forgot what it was called, but it was something very similar to what Bo just said. Do you remember when we went through it was a theory. It was a theory.
Great Replacement.
No, the other one
Not
is I
that.
think it was with a K. It was some theory that it was like really
Oh,
offensive.
oh God, yes.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do. It was. Oh, what plan was that?
It was like the race stuff
Hold on.
and
Kanergi.
yes, something like that, right?
CONERGA. Can somebody look it up?
Okay,
Bo,
hold on.
you have access to the Kanergi plan?
I've never heard of it.
Kanugi plan? How you spell that again?
Oh,
Kunugi plan.
Joseph, you know what I'm talking about?
I remember there was a fellow in the
Kalergi.
1950s. He was talking about the plan to destroy America through communism.
Yeah. What did you find? What did you find, Ruby?
Okay, it's a Kalergi, Kalergi.
Okay. Yeah, that's the plan we talked about. For the viewers, do we want to give a brief synopsis of what that was, or do we have a short
Yep.
short
I got it.
video explaining it, or
Okay,
something?
so this is what we went through a couple episodes ago. It was it's like a conspiracy theory about far right anti-Semitic white genocide conspiracy theory. It's let's see here.
Yeah, you're
Origin.
reading this from Wikipedia, so
Yeah. We could
let folks know that.
Yeah, so 1925, a book which he predicted that a mixed race of the future would arise. So that's basically what it was, and we went over it, right? So that when Bo was giving that list, this popped in my head when he was giving that list.
Yeah, and so Bo, you said the 11-point plan came out in the 30s, right?
It was a Jewish group that was brought over here after World War I or World War II, and I cannot remember which one it was. I think
Okay.
it's World War II.
Okay, I got the page. So yeah, Wikipedia again. You said Frankfurt School, right?
Yeah, Frankfurt School. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yep. It was a social institute for social research founded in 1923. You see, the other one was 1925.
Yeah.
So this is the 20s.
And then what did you have going on during that time? You had the Weimar Republic and the destruction of Germany. And everything that they were saying that they wanted to do to Western civilization, they were doing it in the 20s right there in Germany to destroy Germany.
Yo, that's crazy.
Can I throw something in here that you guys might know about?
Absolutely, brother. You don't have to ask, bro.
Yeah. Well, are you guys familiar with the Albert Pike letter?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about when I see this stuff.
Yeah.
So just to keep a really simple part of it, so the Albert Pike letter was written in 1871, and it basically describes World War I, World War II. It even names characters and countries that are involved, obviously decades before it ever took place. And in there's instructions on how they are manipulating for World War III. And the stuff that's going on in the Middle East is identical to what's in the letter.
Yep.
Even some of the names of leaders and stuff are in there.
Yeah. And this is what I find interesting. That was in 1871, right?
1871, yeah.
Wasn't the former organization that we were all involved in started in 1871? What was that around that? Was it 1871?
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, and 1871 is when we came off the original Constitution and became a corporation.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, Charles with the JWs is 1879. So that was 1871.
Okay.
But
all right.
that's still the same time frame. I mean, this is spooky. This is
because they're all
spooky
the same.
stuff.
They're all interconnected.
Yeah.
When you look at this stuff, like the thing about the word conspiracy is it doesn't really have any real meaning anymore. It
Nope.
means nothing. To me, when I hear conspiracy, I just think, okay, this person has historical factual information. That's what that word means to me now.
But what's interesting is, I've been talking about this for a very long time and saying that this plan that these people have had to destroy Western civilization has been in play for a very, very long time. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just happened here in life. It's just happened since Trump came in office. Bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. There's too much evidence to show people how they have systematically tried to and succeeded enslave us in so many different ways. Financially, physically, emotionally. This is what they've done all these years. And this is why we call what the time we're living in right now the Great Awakening, because people are waking up to what they've been trying to do for all these decades.
So
and people,
it's starting to make full circle because the big concentration now is Ukraine, which was Khazaria, where all these, all this Khazarian mafia was spread out all through Europe.
Yep. Yep.
Wow, guys, that was crazy. Like that moment right there was crazy for me. The Frankfurt stuff, that's scary. It's scary because it sounds exactly like what we're going through today.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
Can I throw something at you that's going to even be more funnier and scarier than that?
No.
Okay,
yes,
you
let's
guys
do
ready
it.
for this?
Yeah.
Go
I'm going to
for
throw
it.
a bombshell out here and it's going to get weird, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay. Remember I told you about the weird furry costumes? I'm talking about the weird connections.
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at organizations like the Cabal and the occult and demonic religions, the number one thing they all have in common, confusion.
Oh yeah.
Right? Confusion
Yes.
all the way around with their people, their beliefs, all that stuff. What was happening with every single interview that happened with those people that went to talk to them? They were confused. They don't know what they're talking about. Now I'm going to throw something out here, and this is it's somewhat relevant, but then not. I have seen and spoken to people in the Catholic Church that are exorcists, and they had said that when someone is partially possessed or something of that nature, that massive confusion is a symptom that they look for. Right. Now, you can take it the way you want if you believe or not, but the fact is that people who have a tendency to be confused, don't pay attention, don't know what's going on, they have no idea what's going on, they have a lot of tendency to be associated with either the occult or occult associated organizations like the one that we grew up in. And they may not even know the association is there, and they don't even realize it. So like Satan, he respects what? Pronouns. Like why is why is Target producing children's equipment and clothing telling you that Satanism is safe? Does anyone ever think about this? Like think about the connection between Target. What is the target? You're aiming for something, right?
Oh
Children,
my gosh.
and then you're telling them that Satanism is safe. What do Satanists do to children? Oh, that's okay. That's safe. Don't worry. California is passing a law. 10-year difference is okay. You're 10, he's 20, but it's okay because you belong to a special community, and they respect your pronouns.
No.
Think about that. They all connect together. There's one source behind all this, and we know what it is.
Right.
Yep. And that's why we said the battle that we're in right now isn't right versus left, isn't liberal versus conservative. It's good versus evil. This is real, folks.
Evil has no border.
So
exactly.
Let's we haven't checked in on the comments. Let's check on our chat.
Yep, and then we can start wrapping it up. It's 11:15. So this was a great conversation. This was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I I'd be happy to share that. What
Mm-hmm.
how you was saying that good versus evil, I think that it's that Khazarian. I really think that that cult we were in, that the witch tower, as it deserves to be called, that I think it's all Khazarian Zionist.
100%.
100%
You know,
pro Israel.
Zionist to begin with.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Cat B in the chat, she says Satan is the god of confusion. They invert everything.
I absolutely.
JG agrees with Dallas. They're definitely Zionists in their origins. Do you think that they are still Zionists?
I absolutely.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yep. Loyal says fully Zionists. John Marciano says, "Come on, another hour, folks." Sorry, John. I'm exhausted.
Well, all about with that Zionism, it's all about loyalty to the party.
Right.
That's it.
Good
Yep.
statement. Did anybody hear what's going on in Ireland? All the violence tonight?
Not yet.
Nope.
I hadn't done my news.
Yeah, look,
news.
it's horrible. It's got to do with the migrants, and I guess they're busing in Palestinians. The people from Ireland are going crazy in Dublin. It's horrible. What's going on?
Okay,
Yeah,
so next Tuesday we'll
Dear
put that on
friends
the list.
in Ireland, so I need to call them.
Yeah, I got my granddaughter there.
Wow.
Did JG? I think I saw something. JG said something about me and Bo.
Oh yeah. So question to Jimmy and Bo. There's a thought that Watchtower was part of elites promoting New World Order. Do you have insight on this? And was the Watchtower abandoned by the elites?
Huh. Good question.
All right. So the first part, I don't know how much Bo can speak to this because of certain restrictions. But the first part of the question, 100%, they're part of the New World Order. I've done enough research.
Promoting it.
Yeah, they've. I mean, the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. I mean, come on. All right.
Yeah.
The second part, have they been abandoned by the Zionists? Was that the question?
Right. Have they been abandoned
By the elites.
by the elites? Correct.
Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I think some of their head people that were controlling them are being taken care of. So they may not have the leadership structure that they had before.
Right.
But they're still going to try to promote what they've been promoting.
Well, the new governing body guy who is he's supposed to be some hotshot real estate and banker.
Yep.
And he started in Ireland that investment plan that they have for Watchtower.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joseph.
Well, he's some a banker who has been involved in real estate all his life, and he's already a multimillionaire.
Wow.
So they're getting rid of people like Tony Morris, the old school, and they're bringing in these younger hotshot guys that kind of dress up the organization as being legit. We're not. It's not going to be some crazy people running around saying Armageddon is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna completely devoid themselves from that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The organization we once knew. I'm sorry, that organization is dead. What we're seeing is the creation of something different.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But
like an experiment.
Jimmy and I, we're old enough to what we used to believe is no longer the truth.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
This all changed. Yeah.
There are apologists that are like Christian apologists that have been studying that organization, and they have been saying for at least 10 to 20 years that culture, that group is dying out, and that they're replacing it with a more modern version of Christianity that's more palatable because it's such a failed model.
Yeah.
And they're slowly changing it, but they'll never do anything super drastic. They got to do it little piece by little piece because they did do that one time where they had one drastic measure and then they got exposed for being inaccurate and wrong and they lost 1 million people.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Do you
they
know what
learned
year that
never
was?
to. That was
75.
1970.
Yeah,
75. Stay
Ah,
alive till
okay.
75.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
but the last thing I wanted to say to you guys, and before I lose my train of thought, is when you guys are talking about all this stuff, we were talking about if they're getting left behind by the elites. The answer, in my opinion, is no. And if you look up Aleister Crowley, okay, and then you will see a guy who's associated. He took some of his brainwashing techniques. Aleister Crowley worked with British intelligence. Okay, he was also a spy with the Germans. He was a big-time satanic occultist. But that's not super
Are you
relevant.
talking Aleister Crowley?
Yeah, Aleister Crowley. Yeah,
Okay.
Crowley.
He's related to Bush's mother, Barbara Bush, and also Betty White.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know a lot about Aleister.
Yeah, so if you learn him and then you get his history, you'll learn that his beliefs and stuff traveled to a man named Jonas Graeber.
Yep.
Which is Grebr. He's in that religious organization text. If you look it
the
up,
Greeper Bible, John 1:1.
Yeah. So the Paradise on Earth stuff that came from him. And when you learn where he got that stuff and what he did, you'll learn about the things that he was taught. He admitted later on that he got the things that he taught to them from demons. Like that Jesus died on a stake, that Jesus is Michael the Archangel, that only 144 go to heaven, and that what was the other thing? There's another belief system they have. Oh, that Jesus is the Son of God and that he's not actually God and that the Trinity isn't true. Those all came from Aleister, or not Aleister, from Jonas when he was doing his satanic rituals.
Yep.
And he wrote this in his books.
Well, wasn't Jonathan Graeber, wasn't he a defraud Catholic priest who married a medium?
That's correct.
They lived
Yes, that's right.
They came from Germany and then came to America.
Communication with the spirit world of God, its laws and purposes, 1932.
And
That's the
also,
book.
they got rid of the Insight book and they got rid of the Reasoning book because they quoted him a few times, and some people caught on to it. So they got rid of a lot of the publications.
Oh my God, I've
Are
never
y'all
heard
making the
of
connections? Are y'all making the connections?
And they wanted to burn all the books. That's why the organization said they wanted you. Now, some of these books that have those connections, when you go online, they've wiped out some of those parts and they've wiped out some of those books.
You
They
can
don't
get the
have
books on
complete
eBay.
record.
You can go on eBay and get the books.
Yeah, I have a vast majority of the original copies. Like there is a book they have from the original teachings. There has has their little symbol on there, and I have where it has pictures of Jesus on a cross. And I've talked about this, right? But it's even worse than you think. In the background, there are two men doing activity to one another.
Oh, yes.
What?
That's disgusting. You don't want to see. It's gross. I saw that.
Yeah.
Bo, can I give you my email?
What book is that in?
That's in the Rainbow Collection.
Hold on. Well, actually, I mean, I think I have it behind me. I can go see if I have it. But
Because I probably have the book too.
Yeah, I
way.
tell you what, I know it's getting late, and this is something we shouldn't dig into at the last minute, but
Probably
I will
not.
send you the information I have on it
Okay.
later tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I put my email, Bo, in the private chat. Can you please send me a picture, a screenshot or something?
I tell you what, I'll do even better. I'll give you all this goody stuff.
Yes,
As
please.
soon
Oh
as
my God.
I figure out how to get into your private chat thing that you're talking about.
Can I just add one more thing to Aleister Crowley?
Yeah, go ahead, Gail.
Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin idolized him, and he bought his mansion in Scotland, but there was a lot of demon activity that went on there with Aleister. And then I guess there was a fire there, and I think Jimmy Page took off. But I've got some interesting facts about Led Zeppelin with Aleister Crowley and how they sold their soul to the devil. But that's a story.
Yeah, we definitely know that. I've seen a thing where Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, all
Well, the
those guys.
Beatles have a picture of Alistair on their front cover of Sgt.
Wow.
Pepper's.
One thing that Bo said, he said that, they were trying to do this little by little. They can't make just some drastic move. They got to do everything's little. And this is the MO of the deep state, New World Order elites. They do things slowly. Think about it. Albert Pike's thing came out in 1871. The other things came out in 1923, 1925, 1932. And we are living in that stuff right now.
Yeah.
It's like these people, and you all have heard the analogy. All these people have put the American citizen, the Constitution, everything in a pot of water, and over these decades, they've been turning it up on us.
Do you know what the terminology for all that is? Do you know what that means? It's called
the gold in Fort Knox. Is it there?
Well, there's a psychiatry terminology for it. It's called gradualism. They don't do it all at once. It's gradually, so they get you conditioned.
Correct.
So it's called gradualism. You can look the word up, but that's how they do it. They don't do it all at once. It's a gradual thing, and that's what the Watchtower is famous for doing to us.
And we know that they're part of the deep state. What did you say, Joseph, about Fort Knox?
Everybody's concerned about the gold in Fort Knox. Now, if there is gold in Fort Knox, all that gold was valued at the 1942 audit. But gold has increased many times since $32 an ounce. It's like, close to $3,000 an ounce.
Yeah.
So we have enough gold. If the gold is there, we could eliminate the debt.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And from what we understand on the conspiratorial side is that gold has been recovered from out of the Vatican. We do believe that that's what happened in 2020. If you remember March of 2020, you've seen all that stuff going down in the Vatican with all these priests getting arrested. So gold was allegedly being repatriated back to the countries of origins. So, and on the Intel board, the Q boards, it does say gold will destroy the Fed.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Well, they're the ones that put all this debt on us.
Huh.
So if you think about it, okay, we have gone all the way back to 1871, where these people have had a plan to basically destroy Western civilization. Is it that hard to believe that there is an alternative plan to fight against that?
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's our Constitution.
So when I say that there's been a plan in place, there's military coordination going on with many different countries right now. That stuff is happening right now.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it, because even if there isn't a plan, I believe that my generation and the next one, we're gonna wipe them out. Like it won't work anymore.
I hope so.
Yeah, they've lost this. What we're seeing right, and what I believe we're seeing right now is exposure.
Yep.
Cleanup, accountability, and then we're going to see justice.
Yep, I believe that. Wow, thank you so much, Jimmy, Bo, Joseph, Dallas, Gigi, for joining the stage and sharing all this good information. Yeah, this was great, Jimmy.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it really was. I
have one last question for Jimmy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jimmy, didn't Trump go on in the reserves to check out the gold? Or am I crazy?
When you say we're at Fort Knox,
Yeah, wasn't he going there to see what was?
there was something said about them going to Fort Knox, but I never saw anything transpire out of that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought he was supposed to go there, and
Him and Elon were supposed to go.
Yes.
So I don't know what happened on that.
thank you.
As well as Pete Hegseth. It's Fort Knox. It's part of the military.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They changed the name.
And so, but I'm gonna tell you, things are moving rapidly right now. That's why I'm glad the news blasts are back. Kind of stay up to date on things. So that's pretty cool. But there's a lot of stuff happening right now. We won't get into the 3-eye atlas thing tonight. That's a whole another story there.
Write it down. Write it down. We'll do it on a Tuesday.
But do we want to give everybody
A homework assignment?
What about
Is there any
John
chance?
Podesta plan?
Who?
The John Podesta plan.
What's
Would
that?
one of you guys put the homework assignments for this video in the description? Is there any way anyone would be willing to do
In
that?
the comment section.
Yeah.
Or
Well, not the
Jimmy
comments.
can
Put
send
it. Put it in the video description.
For the
Okay.
homework?
Yeah. Is there any way you guys are willing to do that? Because that would be really helpful. Because
Yeah,
I'll be
so
honest,
Jimmy's gonna have to
I get
send me
lost
his list.
sometimes.
That's Jimmy and Ruby's.
Right. So I would have to edit the description and put it in there.
Right. They're the.
Oh, well,
they're
that's
our
a lot of effort.
teachers.
I just put in the comments and never mind. That's too much effort.
They're our
Yeah.
professors.
Thank you guys, and I will,
I
Ruby.
know.
I will send you the good stuff tomorrow.
You got my email, right?
I
Or
got
Jimmy
it.
can send it to you. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you're
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
try-
shocked. You're gonna be shocked, Ruby.
Yeah, we really try to, bring stuff out and then stuff that we're not familiar with or whatever. We try to look it up and bring it back next week. So if you're watching these shows, we just try to keep it in a continuous conversation and learning stuff from one another. I love doing this. But
Yeah, it was very informative tonight.
do we want to give everybody a last word? We can start with
If anybody
Dallas.
has one, yeah. If anybody has a last word, unmute yourself or go ahead.
This is the way.
Thank you both for joining. Anybody else last words before I play the outro?
Just good night, everybody, and thank you for the information.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'll say the
And
same thing to good night, everybody, and it was a pleasure.
you too, Joe. Thank you.
And Bo, it's good to have you on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate everybody joining the stage tonight. Thank you for your information. I love having Bo on the show with us. He's very knowledgeable, and
I love having you here too, Bo.
yeah, and I think he enjoys it too because it gives him kind of an outlet to talk about this stuff. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's safe to talk on your show.
Yeah.
So if you like the show tonight, kind of guys, spread this out on Facebook because I just can't get out there anymore. And I don't know what's up. They told me my account was disabled on August 2nd, but every time I log in and put my password in, it'll now say August 6th it was disabled. August 15th. Today it said August 20th or October 20th. So I don't know why they keep changing the date on when I was banned. But I just want to say there's a lot more crap coming up, like always. And don't forget the second week of November. I might miss 2 weeks. So we'll see.
That'll be so sad, Jimmy. and what about? I want to ask that. Hopefully that Matthew, who's been on the other shows, he'll join us and he'll drop by and see us and meet our family here.
Oh, thank you, Dallas. That's nice of you.
If you know him, you know him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he joins Joe and Fran. Is that the Matthew you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, and definitely invite people on here. So, and when Jimmy's gone, I'm gonna have to need a replacement, or I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be confused.
We've
'cause
been
I need
grooming.
some-
We've been
There's no
grooming Bo for
replacing
that.
Jimmy. I'm sorry. There's no replacing Jimmy.
I ain't no
Can't do it.
replacement no
Anyone
for
who steps in those
Jimmy.
shoes,
Temporarily, I
man.
need somebody to
Comments
kind
are
of
gonna
give
get
me
you.
feedback.
He makes
Yes.
our family.
Ruby, when Jimmy steps away, I'll do the
Mhm.
best I can to work my schedule to try to help join you guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I know for a fact it'll be at least 1 week. It might be 2, but we'll see.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and we'll see. I mean, there's always something to talk about. There's never a dull moment when it comes to politics.
What I can do is I can print off the news blast and send it to Bo and be like, Bo, here's the starting point. You can just read the news blast and y'all go from there.
Oh man. Or maybe Bo can come
You
up
could
with
give
his
me a
own news
picture of
thing.
Jimmy, and then I'll put it on there, and I'll be Jimmy.
Oh man, that's great. All right. So definitely send me that email. Thank you so much for everybody joining. Everybody in the chat has been amazing. Amazing in the chat. Everybody has been here since the beginning.
I love
And
the
we've
chat.
been
You guys are awesome in the chat.
Yeah, for real. So, all right, guys. So next Tuesday, 9 p.m., if all is well, we'll be here. And thank you so much, Jimmy. It's so much fun doing this with all of you guys.
Absolutely. Love all of y'all. Have a great week. We'll
Love
see you next
y'all
Tuesday.
too. Y'all take care now.
All right, bye. Good night.
Trump, yeah, okay, bury him a legend, yeah, Trump, hey, okay, America's biggest blessing, free speech advocate, packing, never lacking it, I just bought another gun and ain't nobody taking it, gang, okay, the White House going crazy now, MAGA season, tell them liberals they can't break us down, it's up, they know we run it, best believe it now, about to paint the city red, please don't burn